Okay, so it's been a short while. I'm with Brittany here, and today what is today? Today's Monday or
Tuesday.
Who cares?
21st?
Days don't matter anymore, especially in COVID world or whatever.
Right.
But now you know what my life is. Okay, so don't leave your house. Don't talk to people. Don't.
Right. Holy shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, or else you sound oval. Okay, so what's today's date? The 21st?
First.
First?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, doesn't matter.
17th.
21st of
July.
Sorry, I'm a little half
That's
asleep.
okay.
Okay, so July. Room to pay off. Please have me killed. Okay, so or locked away. Okay, so it's July 21st, Tuesday. We are doing the Calabasas High school years. What was that, 30 years ago, 32 years ago or something? You're going to laugh. 1986 about or something like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so if you're only 30, you don't even understand.
Yeah.
You don't even understand anything, young kid. Okay, so this is a very deep, complex. Oh, and if, whatever you want to. A deep, complex. Closer towards the beginning of everything we're seeing now, but most importantly, how the events link. Oh, well, Kevin's a public nuisance and blah, blah, blah at the age 30 because he's passing out cards and nobody wants the cards or this and that, blah, blah. Well, no. Everything starts closer to here at 16 years old, not 38 or 40 or, right? You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So you can't start at the end or halfway through. You got to start at the beginning.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I'm just trying to think of it. They always have some kind of cover-up.
Right.
Or set-up attempt to say, well, Kevin's reckless, or Kevin did this. Kevin's violent, or Kevin's reckless because he did this because of Bailey Bernard, who followed me home, stalked me home, and attacked me, and assault and battery, even though they reversed the charges.
Crazy, yeah.
But even if I did attack him, like enough with your mass stalking groups, but you can't start there at the end. You have to start here. What's going on? Why are these people hunting me in worldwide groups for no reason? Nobody knows Kevin, and it's worldwide, and 90% of the planet knows me, but yet not one will admit it, or very few. And they'll say things like some girl said, "Nice hat" to me here driving, which is cool. She was nice and kind of cute, actually. But normally they're saying that this hat is a white supremacist hat, and we'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
But let's start. There's a lot of. Okay, so let's start with our last conversation. I don't remember. I was talking about Mike Huntley and the NSA water filters.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, water filters, NSA water filters and air filters. Let me try to remember the dialogue here. That's right. Mike Huntley was telling about the carnivore NSA systems, right? To try to probably spook me or make me paranoid. And around the same time, or after, I think my brother was saying he and his friends have a bug in my room and are listening to everything I do on the radio, try to make me paranoid.
Right.
Oh, people are watching me, and yet those tactics are still going on today with people spying on my internet accounts, their spy games, Brian Longbottom, hiring me at Hollywood on pilot spy game, people who maybe have nicknames about radios and things, sort of wanting me to talk to them, since 1994, endless computer violations, key loggers, password collectors, putting what's going on my computer for the public to see, you name it, and then people hinting, not directly saying, oh, hey, Kevin, look, someone's doing fucked up shit to your computer, but little cryptic spy game messages like, maybe I go on eBay, buy an auxiliary cable, and an hour later, a guy's waiting in front of the gate where I walk out with AUX plate cover, auxiliary.
Right.
That is one of the things that happened. and these things happen. Not one coincidence, but thousands and thousands of daily things that are all connected with worldwide groups. Linking to the Kevin, NSA's watching you and we're trying to make you paranoid. But at the same time, on the how do you say it? The double-edged sword, or that's probably not the right terminology. At the same time, these are police and government operations, so it's kind of like this, just like you saw the police on the video, we're watching you, Perlman.
Right.
It's this, we're watching you and we're trying to make you mentally ill, we're trying to get reactions to set you up and eradicate you, and then we're trying to make you look crazy by verbalizing it, and they go, that guy's crazy, he's paranoid.
Right.
Okay?
But when they're causing it.
Right? So it's all planned out since birth, or 5 years old, but okay, so anyways, if you're saying, Kevin, well, what are you talking about? Mike Huntley's talking about NSA and carnivore systems, and then he's going out door to door selling NSA water filters, and which is very strange. Wouldn't you agree that
it is.
Behavior, especially to a 14-year-old or whatever?
Right.
You know, like,
no, it is.
Okay, so I mean, what's hey, I like to molest 14-year-olds, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, okay, so well, I found some of the old NSA, and you can see by the construction here that it is obviously a 80s thing, because engineering now is a lot more complex. Yeah. So this is the air filters he had, and he was saying he was going to door selling them. Here's a little water filter, which I was making some little drip Twitter social network jokes. And what do I think? I just have one more of the same. What do I have?
This one?
Oh, they're just the water filters again. But okay, so this and I noticed that's right. Interesting. Look at the NSA sign. You see a little heart in there?
I do, yeah.
Okay, isn't that a little strange?
Yeah.
Sending people, like love people after me, or weird things about love. And my father abusing me to death with his entire office, and then saying, Kevin, I love you. Like,
right.
Almost like the definition of love is like mentally battering you to death and eradicating you, right? So there's a whole theme with love and trying to make me crazy and lock me away or rid me of the world or get me to kill myself. I don't know, right? I can't answer their reasoning because I'm not a psychotic murderer who's in on their little circle.
Right.
Okay. So, okay, so I guess let's head out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Almost forgot to check that. Okay. So we're out in the boot.
Out in the boot.
Okay. So we're gonna first head out. I should really read my notes here first. Okay. Oh, we have some topics. That's right. Little off-the-wall topics as we head up to Hidden Hills, where I grew up. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. And I'm just going to look at the black and white BMWs right here.
Oh.
Is this the third one? No. Now, I'm not saying that coincidence is, but it very well could be. Okay. Brittany, Calabasas years. Mother asking about cowboy hat. Okay, so this is about a month ago. This is right after the Long Beach assault and battery.
Oh.
I never really talked to you about that.
You told me a little bit.
I don't know if you saw the video I put online.
Is it a video or pictures that?
Well, I sent you. I don't know. There's pictures and video, but there's a whole video of the entire event.
Oh, really?
So,
I should watch that. No,
which I gave to Long Beach PD,
Good.
and they tried to, like usual, get out of it. And I don't want to get too deep on that one because of YouTube with that in it, with actual video in it. Go to put a All Lives Matter, Kevin Perlman Target, George Floyd did for 43 years, sign down by the George. This is a George Floyd protest at Bixby Park in Long Beach. Bixby. Do you know what Bixby is?
Will you talk? I've heard you use
Corey Bixby.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so when I got to Bixby Park, the first day there was a larger protest group. They were a lot more friendly. Came back the next day because I didn't have signage. protest was over, but the George Floyd remembrance of George Floyd Stand in Solidarity sign was out there with people's signs and a remembrance of. Yet the group of predators waiting for me as I arrive with the police, working with the police, got angry for a man putting a sign on the ground with the Stand in Solidarity and all the other remembrance of George Floyd and all the things supporting against police brutality, got mad at my sign that's against police brutality. Why would you be mad about that? Why would you be mad about the All Lives Matter sign that other people have?
Right.
But if Kevin Perlman has it, he's an out-of-control, reckless monster and a public nuisance.
Right.
And so people thug him and attack him or me to yelling. I got about 4 hours on and off of people yelling at me, chasing after my car, black people saying, don't come down here and take pictures, you'll get shot out here, get the fuck out of Long Beach, weird shit like that.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
but not that I could actually have a rational conversation, but
Right.
with the guy, but the day before there were 50 guys with cameras and half of them were black.
Right. Right.
Right? What's the problem? Why can everyone have a camera except Kevin Perlman? And why can everyone stand against police brutality and have good lives and all these things and speak out except Kevin Perlman? Right? So anyways, in the second half of the police report, he writes, and I highlighted it, I guess you probably didn't look at the email, proof of police defamation. Kevin sounds paranoid, and below it, Kevin is known to cause problems.
What?
Yeah. Okay, now the first thing you're going to ask is, not only 50 people working on me in Long Beach, actually probably more like 200, but 50 more aggressive ones. How do they know me in Long Beach? And how do they know that Kevin causes problems?
Right.
Especially since 5 years old.
Right.
How do they have
That
the defaming information that the world has that they won't admit in this public shaming?
Right.
That I'm not allowed to have a counter argument. I'm not allowed to defend myself, quote unquote. Ronald Barry Perlman and Mike Huntley.
Right.
Right? Why am I not allowed to have a counter argument? Why is it not even said what I've done? It's hinted. It's hinted I've done all these things. It's hinted that I ruined Corey Bixby's life for not asking her out. Right?
That's insane.
But I can't even push the gas pedal that soft. There, I think. Right? Okay, so... Alright. So, as I come home the next day, my mother asked me about this hat. And she says, Kevin, do you have a hat with... that's a white supremacist hat or something like that?
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Well, then, do you have a hat with a Confederate symbol? Confederate symbol? Are you talking about Andy Adelman? Which was my brother's friend when I was like 14 and he was 16 and they're doing all their road rage shit and trying to pin it on me.
Right.
Okay, so Andy Adelman had a Confederate hat and he had Norma, a green Mustang, 67 Mustang. Okay, and they drove around and they did all this shit and whatever. Okay, so I told my mother, I said, Mom, my name is Kevin. Jason's name is Jason.
Right.
And Andy Adelman's name, Jason's friend, is named Andy. And what does it have to do with me?
Yeah.
So now, I kind of look at the hat. So I'm like, what the fuck's this chick talking about?
Yeah.
Now, the symbol here,
Right.
which is not white supremacist, although, after doing the research, it does have a similarity to a German, the German symbol they had on like the biplanes in World War II. But it also has a closer similarity to the Crown Victoria British symbol.
Yeah.
And then there's a French symbol, which I think for generals and things, same type of thing.
Okay.
So kind of like the movie Da Vinci Code, or you make the symbol what you want it to be.
Right.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I said, Mom, this is from the Bullhide Hat Company that produced the hat, and if you want to look at the symbol here, I don't know if you can see that, It is that crossy thing, and then it has a circle around it. The German didn't have a circle through it.
Right.
And then in the middle is, I think, skull and crossbones.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can assure you that in World War II, Nazis didn't have skull and crossbones. It's a piece of art. It's a piece of art on a hat. Okay, so you have to understand the connections that when people are following me around, trying to nitpick with NSA level resources, stupid things that don't matter, you know, these shorts are a crime because of the wrong beige, these TiVos are wrong because there's some black on them, so all these are crimes. You see what I'm saying? You can't win. You're a dead man no matter how perfect you are.
Right.
Okay, so that's the hat. Oh, and on that day, I had groups of black people following me and harassing me and threatening me back here in Woodland Hills after Long Beach, all connected events. Okay, and the original guy that attacked me was black, and then 2 Hispanics took over. Okay,
in Long Beach?
Yeah, in Long Beach. Okay, so that was whatever. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, so mother asking about the cowboy hat, 8-year-old kissing the black. All this links to 8 years old kissing a black girl.
Right.
And I think around 1st grade, well, between 1st and 2nd grade, when my family sent me back to T1, sent me to T1, they moved me back a grade, which my father's trying to cover up, as if I, with lies, saying I'm really upset about that, and this. I never said one thing about it, and he's trying to sort of cover up the shit he did by saying I'm angry and acting out,
which you're not.
which I never even thought about it until I was sitting at the dinner table, lunch table, claim jumpers with him and Lorraine Escobar, going, you know, Kevin, I don't remember exactly what he said. He said something like, you're still mad about T1 or something like that. And I said, what are you talking about?
Right.
I don't even know. And at the same time, he also told me he went to every one of my wrestling matches, and he only went to one. Okay, so he's full of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Brittany, witness of angry, enraged black people. I don't even know what I was doing. Brittany, witness of angry, enraged black people attacking Long Beach. You weren't there.
No.
I did text you immediately.
Right, I remember.
I did have a few welts, nothing major.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever. Important. Okay, so this. I'm not trying to put pressure on you. Actually, let's go. Okay, so we're going to Hidden Hills. We're going to Hidden Hills, where I grew up. There's a 16-year-old situation. The reason I pulled over here is because there's a 16-year-old situation. I was 16. I was down that way by Ventura Boulevard and Woodlake Boulevard, by Woodlake Bowl. I was driving and there was a car behind me and the brights were like extremely bright. I go through a yellow light, and then the car with the bright lights goes through, runs the red light, following me.
Jesus.
Okay?
Yeah.
And even though this might sound a little paranoid or being a little, a 16-year-old
right,
fucking around going, that guy's following me, and I zip off in my modified Trans Am. Okay? So at that point, technically you're speeding.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not going 180 or anything, but you're zipping off going, this guy's following me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you know where Woodlake Bowl is back there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a little ways, not
far.
It's a few miles. So, we're going back home. We're kind of ditching the car behind me, which is a cop.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was a cop. And I didn't know it was a cop. But why does the cop have shining bright lights on me?
Right.
And running red lights? But the sirens aren't on.
Right.
Okay? That's important. If the sirens are on, you go, oh, a cop, and you pull over.
Yeah.
He's not doing that. He's stalking me, right? He's provoking me.
Right.
Okay? And I'm not going to say that my reaction was the best reaction, but it's a very kiddish, a kid that builds cars, it's a very kiddish reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about fucking crimes here. We're talking about infractions, not even misdemeanors, infractions.
Right, exactly.
No speeding ticket shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's behind me still. We're coming this way to Hidden Hills. I grew up here. Maybe we moved here after 5 or around there. 8, 7, 8, I don't know. Okay, now this is Round Meadow, not middle school, elementary school. Oh, this is where all the little magic Rid Kevin of the World events really get bad. Okay, so I think starting around 1st grade.
Okay.
1st to 5th or something, I don't know. Okay, so this is Round Meadow, middle school. And this is Hidden Hills where I lived on 5725 Hoback Glen.
Okay.
So if you're into hoes, Hoback Glen.
Oh my gosh, how funny.
Okay, so, nice area. 2 houses down was Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue.
What you said, yeah.
He borrowed a wrench for me when I was working on my Trans Am, things like that.
Right.
Married to Brandy Brandt, and they probably worked some whole angle about how Kevin's probably stalking her because he goes out and he jogs and takes runs. And once again, everyone in the world, nobody has problems jogging.
Right.
Or being healthy. I also bought a weight bench at the same time.
Right.
But Kevin Perlman. And if Kevin Perlman goes out and jogs and runs and is healthy, then Tom Farley Egg Mob's Eric Johnson down there by the bus stop, the middle school bus stop for A. Wright, and calls it a Grunion Grunion run, and says it was Kevin. And Jason Perlman and Andy Adelman with his Confederate hat go out in their little car runs, spraying water at people and fire extinguishers through drive-thrus or trying to get cars to chase them, saying it was Kevin.
That's messed
on
up.
those runs. And all these runs seem to start because I went out to be healthy.
Right.
Okay, so I buy a hat, I'm hunted to be killed. I go out and jog, I'm hunted to be killed. I buy a weight bench and read Arnold Schwarzenegger and other weightlifting books. I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger, trying to send people down the wrong paths in life, and it needs to be done to me by worldwide support.
Insane.
Okay, every single thing.
Right.
It is not safe to do anything in life without being hunted by worldwide groups.
That's great. Yeah.
Okay? And they're all, when Mike Huntley's babbling, it's your behavior, it's not my behavior, it's their behavior.
Right, exactly.
In their public kill operations, which they call shamings.
Right.
And the only one that should be shamed is them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you live through that gate?
Yeah, through this gate.
Oh.
And Marcus Wayne Thuna, our little motorcycle crew when I was 14, and they're not real like Hell's Angel crews here. Where I was driving. First, I had my family bought me an 80cc green and black Kawasaki 2-stroke, loud, and I said this thing's too loud, just sport around. And my father, I don't know why my father had a 100cc 4-stroke, so I jumped on the 4-stroke and drove that instead. These are tiny bikes, 100cc, okay?
Okay.
I mean, you go out and you get a Ninja, 650 small,
Oh, wow.
you know, maybe some 250s for the, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah.
You know, okay, but everyone's buying minimum 650s usually.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so, you know, they're tiny things. You know, my Tom Farley is driving around on a 50cc.
Really?
Like this teeny tiny thing, right?
Oh.
My friend Brian Weaver and Josh Rotenberg had YSR 50s. They look like street bikes, but they're like this big, you know?
Really?
And you're like, okay, so they're tiny little kid things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to keep that in perspective when people are running around like, you were reckless on your motorcycle, blah blah blah. You know, you're like,
it was a spoon.
am I in a Twilight Zone?
Right.
Why do you fucking care about? Listen, if I had a fucking 1100 Harley and fire was shooting out the pipes and lighting buildings on fire as I drive by, then you like that movie. What's the one, Nicolas Cage, and he's a skull. Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Okay, now you have a complaint. Okay.
Right. That's different.
Okay.
Oh.
So Wayne Thuna worked at one point in this gate here, this gate guard gate. Part of our motors. They were older and they had 250 Enduros, the big Enduros. Of course, Wayne Thuna later on stole something like a Gixxer 750 or something and got arrested for grand theft. But anyways, that's not me, that's him.
Right.
And he worked in this gate here where the gate guard is, and you know, that's just part of my life. But I'm them now saying you need to confess. Okay, so right here, remember I was talking about the guy going like this, and me softly gumming him. Oh, and then I'm a dog and I'm ripping people's hands off. That happened right here.
No way.
I think there were bicycles there, and I was walking this way. home, and I'd walk here and walk all the way down past Jim Bridger to Hoback Glen, and boom, go down that way, and okay, where the Woodmans lived and this and that. Okay, okay, so this is Round Meadow, and damn it, notes are everywhere. Hunted and cop shines right. Oh, so the cop pulled me over right here. Did I say that? Okay, the cop pulled me over right here. So he came all the way from Wood Lake Bowl.
He followed you
all the way here and pulled me right before we go in the gate.
No way.
Okay, now you have to understand that he's provoking me. Not super aggressive.
Right.
But if you're keen on your senses, you're seeing a guy, these blinding lights behind you, he's running a red, you're going, what the fuck is this guy doing? And you sort of take off like, you know, I'm gonna leave you in the dust. He's provoking the situation. You know, he's sort of setting you up. Okay, now I'm not saying speeding's right. I'm not saying go out of speed. I'm saying that normally situations aren't provoked to get the reactions that they want. That's a setup, a frame job.
Yeah.
Okay, and it should have ended there. Here's a ticket and done deal.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Adriano, there is cop shine. Oh, cop shines bright, speeds off. First grade, Round Meadow, softly bite. So that was the end of the world. I gummed a hand for a second, and I'm a dog and need to be put down. Okay, Wayne Tuna, gate guard, motorcycle, stole bike. I was 14 years old. Hidden Hills for another toggle. So if we could get in this gate, well, I could have a whole field day with topics. Okay,
they wouldn't let you in though.
Who knows? There might be someone to talk to about it, but okay, so after first grade, moved back a grade, and supposedly Tom Farley's parents were told the same thing, which I doubt, but that's Tom's story.
Right.
They said, we think you should move Kevin back a grade or in between grades, first and second, into T1, where I went out to around Canaan Road area to a school called, they call it T1 class at Sunny Skies Day Camp on a very campy, farmy area, where I kissed a black girl, and that's the end of the world. I'm a white supremacist at 8 years old. Okay, so, or around there. So this right here, I was probably in first grade. I think that's it. Okay, so cop thing. Okay, so now I'm sort of going to trace my roots here back to going to Calabasas High. Okay, we're leaving in Hills. I'm 16 years old. I'm in towards the end of, that's an ugly ass car behind me.
Oh wow.
It's like a blue Rolls.
It is.
Okay, I'm picking up Tom Farley. The guy is complaining. Let me just pull in here for a second, because I have to look at that blue car, and this car, I'll puke in my. Okay. Okay, so we're picking up Tom Farley at his house. The neighbor's mad at me because I'm honking the horn at 8 a.m. to pick up my friend to go to high school, so you can understand the mentality of some of the I have money so I can do whatever I want type of, and I'm raking on a freaking 16-year-old who's actually showing responsibility.
Right.
Because this isn't 5 a.m., this is 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm picking my friend up, honking the horn, come out. Okay, we're going to high school.
Right.
Okay, and they're mad at me because I'm a public nuisance, because that guy wanted to sleep in who lived up a windy road up a gated. Right. Okay, so we're going to retrace these steps. Let me just look at my notes. Mother asking me, important question, Brittany. You're a bad person. Nobody in life is told they are allowed to learn. Oh, this was, Jesus Christ. Okay, important. Okay, this question is for Brittany, and it's not personal about you. It's to prove a point.
Right.
Okay, so Brittany, have you ever lied in life?
Yes. Everybody has lied.
Everyone has lied.
Right.
If you tell me you didn't lie, you're full of fucking shit. You're a liar. Okay. You're a liar. You're a bad person. Okay. Kevin's life. If Kevin ever lies, just once, even a white lie, anything, I will be hunted till the end of time, as you see on video.
Right.
as I met with worldwide groups all day and night, 24/7, 100,000 to a million per day worldwide, if I were to lie, and I have lied, but not for anything. Listen, if you come up to me and like, did you kill that guy or whatever?
Right.
Well, now the lie matters.
Right.
But if you come up to me and say, did you steal that 1 cent Jolly Rancher 40 years ago?
Right.
And I say no.
Then okay. Big deal.
The context is completely different.
Exactly.
Right? Or, people lie because they're embarrassed. People lie because they don't know you.
Exactly.
If some drug dealing murderer says, what's your social security number? You might lie to him. Let's give him a different number, right?
Yes.
You have to give,
no.
In order to be a good person, you have to give that guy what he wants.
No.
Okay, so there you go. So they're arguments that are out of context towards me.
Yeah.
That's what the people need to understand. Because I got people going, well, I'm not going to listen to what you say because you're a liar.
Right.
Well, what did I lie about? I can't answer the question. You're just a liar.
Right. Can't tell you.
Because I farted in high school and I said I didn't. Right?
Right.
So now there's more why campaign to kill me because I'm a liar. Right? Okay, so it's like we said before, or I said before, that everything is vague and non-specific. And it's designed that way. Okay, nobody in life is told they are never allowed to lie or they will be hunted and killed by worldwide support ever, referring to me obviously.
Right.
A pen, remember our topics. Okay, we're headed out. We're headed out to Calabasas High. We're going to high school. We're going to get our education because we want to be educated and smart and do something with our life. Okay. And we have to by the state, but it would be stupid not to. Okay. We were talking in some of our other conversations about the people threatening me, or things about putting Kevin in mental institutions. Mm-hmm. And you agreed. Was it with the rolls out here? Okay, and you would agree that the things I told you before were just way, like, it's rare that you even hear one of these things, and it's person after person in my life with the same theme.
Correct.
Okay, and that's spooky, and when you start to see these patterns, you go, something's really wrong here. Okay, so I put a pen. Adriana Oliveira is threatening me with the movie Quills. Now, I doubt you've seen the movie Quills.
No.
And I can't remember it very well. But it's about, I think a scientist or something in, the medieval times. And he knew too much, and they didn't want him talking, so they put him in a dungeon, and the more he talked, the more they punished him. And so that was her little threat, you don't talk. Okay, along with the other things about putting her brother in mental institutions, can think about me. Same with Connie Raya. Okay, so back to the brothers in mental institutions, with which my brother at 16 threatened to put me in a mental institution, right? For stopping him from bashing Greg Wallace, hit him with a crowbar. Okay, so why are they helping Jason Perlman and Ron Perlman, right? Okay, and Jason Perlman, the Godfather, blood is thicker than water speech type thing, right? Okay. Okay, but I don't think that was her reasoning. I think she wanted to get me to say something like Susan Donner at 29. Hey, so you're harassing waitresses, and if it comes out imperfect, you're a dead man. Okay, with the police. Okay, so
forcing people on medication.
Let's see, where are we?
This right here.
Cop sprays. Oh, what laws have? What does that have to do with me? So I'm assuming it's just a setup question. Mention 51. Mention forcing people on medication. I can't remember the conversation, but she did mention something, and that's been a constant thing with me because when I saw Natalie Craw after Susan Donner, it was the blackmail threats that I better take my meds or I'm going to destroy my life. But what she was really saying was, we're going to destroy your life if you don't do what we tell you. Okay.
And they can't force you on meds. The only way you can do that is if you're on conservatorship, honestly, and you have to.
You probably have to be in an institution too, right?
Yeah, that's the only, when I worked at a facility like that, that's the only time I ever saw anybody they had to take their medication.
Okay, so here's the question. We have a mother that says she wants me to have a more normal life, so she's going to stop me from going out and living my life and especially at 29 when I had my own company.
Right.
And they want to put me in a mental institution where they can force me on medication so that I can have a normal life.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I'm confused.
Well, yeah.
And Jason Perlman's babbling at 16. He's going to put me in a mental institution.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
But here we are. I mean, am I showing you complete anger, rage, and loss of control right now?
Not at all.
I mean, I can sip coffee and shift the car and talk and read, even though I shouldn't be. And Dincy's probably running around with new leverage here.
Oh my gosh.
He's at the fucking state capitol right now, Washington D.C., going, "We got more proof on Kevin." Okay, so
it's insane, honestly.
It all points to the same thing. I hate you when I put you in a cage. You're a dog. I want to put you down.
But
Something
there's
like
no
that.
reason. Like why?
Well, why do people go out and kill people? Because they don't like them, right? I mean,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There could be a myriad of reasons, but it's not always perfect logic that says, right? Sometimes you're walking down the road and you step on a leaf and it pisses some guy off and he kills you.
Right.
Right?
No,
Maybe you're walking down the street and the guy gets his jollies throwing you in front of a car that's driving down. You know, I don't know, right?
That's true.
Like pushing you in the road, right? I don't know. Or maybe he's paid to do it. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter.
No.
Only thing that really matters is some fucker wants you dead.
Right.
Okay?
All right.
Okay, so,
You're gonna hate me for asking you this, but is there somewhere that has a restaurant?
I do hate you. Yeah, there should be.
I'm sorry. I don't know if there's.
Yeah, I think there's one right up here.
Or something.
Let me
I don't
think.
know.
Okay, well, there should be 100 places. Let's just go up
Okay.
here. Okay, so we're continuing here. Brittany's gonna do her NSA tinkle.
I'm
her
sorry.
water filter drip.
My water.
Okay. Okay, so as we come to this corner, this is the first. Remember that all these things I'm talking about are pinned on me and given to the world in the public shaming, the rap sheet of lies and defamation.
Right.
So now pretend we're in Tom Farley's red and black Jeep. We're cruising here. By the way, when I did videos of all this, we had hundreds of Jeeps here following me and waiting for me.
Oh.
We're going to Calabasas High. Tom Farley's driving in his red and black Jeep. We're going to Calabasas High. And Tom Farley is going to hang a right turn here on this insignificant event that's pinned on Kevin. And Tom Farley's driving here, and I believe there's a red light here. Maybe a green light. Probably, no, it was a red light. Guy is crossing here where this Jeep is, or Mercedes. And Tom is not stopping fully, and he almost hits the guy here. Oh my god, oh shit. And he doesn't hit the guy, and it's one of those oh shit.
Right.
You know, shit that happens with everyone.
Yeah. It's happened.
Well, now that's classified as like a hit and run attempt or something.
Serious?
I mean, I can't tell you from fact.
Yeah.
I can tell you that they're putting all these events, they're dramatizing them into their rap sheet.
Right.
And going, Kevin's a reckless, out of control monster, and look at all the things he did. So Tom Farley kind of, sort of, almost hit someone.
And it got
Kevin did it, and he's a reckless, out of control driver, and can't focus on the road, or he's the evil devil child. Oh, shit, I almost went. He's the bad seed. More presents for you, Brittany. You get presents from me now. So Brittany gets the movie The Bad Seed, 1956, The Bad Seed, where my family seemed to be getting a lot of their ideas about me. Now, why do I say this? Well, we'll get back to that because Brittany's going to run this way to the Starbucks or Corner Bakery or whatever and try to see if they have a tinkle hole. Tinkle hole. Okay, so and we can look at the. Oh, I was just going to wait here.
Oh.
And we can look at. I don't think you can see it in the camera. These three cars together backwards. Okay, as we get here to Calabasas. Okay, so The Bad Seed, and I'll expand on this. Go see if there's a bathroom there. There probably is.
I wonder if they'll let me use it.
You have a mask?
I do. Okay. Be right back.
Okay. Come on, do your exercises. Okay, so where were we? We were talking about The Bad Seed here. They're smoking. But it's a, what would you call, like I bought a, let's just call it a celebratory pack, even though I'm not celebrating anything.
Alright.
Well, I'm talking to the camera actually. Okay,
What
so
kind is it? I used to smoke those ones.
anyone that smokes or used to smoke to understand is like, I'm just reuniting with my past a little, but I'm not getting back into it. Okay, so, oh, and I had a water there for you.
Yeah,
oh,
thank
okay.
you. That's what I.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we were talking about the bad seed here. 1956 bad seed. I guess my parents saw this because a couple of things happened that related to this movie. One was Kelly Hatch, the Jeep girl. Now there's two Jeep people. There's Tom Farley. We're in our red. We're going to do this again because Brittany had a tinkle here, Ralph's.
Sorry.
We're in our red and black Tom Farley Jeep. We're pretending I've jumped into Tom Farley's body because anything that anyone else does is me. And it's all my fault. Kelly Hatch had a white Jeep Cherokee that followed me up from Calabasas High, Southern Oregon State College, sent after me. Okay, you making the Jeep connection?
Right.
Jeepers, creepers, how you get them eyes?
Right.
Okay, or maybe it's a Cherokee, I'm going to migrate you in every place you live. I don't know. So the bad seed events, you are the special contestant. You have won the Bad Seed DVD movie, 1956, about an evil, like, 8-year-old girl that goes out and kills everyone. Okay, so Devil Child. Okay, so we're in our red and black Jeep again. We're hanging our right turn. It's a red light. We didn't fully stop. Guys crossing the crosswalk. We get to reenact it again.
Right.
Oh, he jumped out of the way a little. Oh shit! It was Kevin. Kevin's a reckless, out of control monster driver.
And it was not you at all.
Okay, so let's see where are we headed here.
Can you go this way to get to Calabasas High?
Yeah, Calabasas High is right there.
No way.
But we're going to Brian Weaver's house, and Brian Weaver and Richard Carter's house.
Richard Carter. I don't know if I've heard his name.
Carter, get Carter. Richard Carter, the guy's house I was at when I was holding the paint gun.
Oh.
And accidentally shot Shane because Brian Weaver reloaded it on that Brandon Lee moment. And then ran around saying that Kevin's the bad seed and needs to be publicly shamed. We're Park Capri, I think this is right.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah, that's
okay. So our first stop here, if I'm correct, because I usually come the other way, is to Brian Smith's house. Brian Smith. Now, that's an interesting name. Smith? Wait, there's a lot of Brians, and there's something about Smith. Can you put it together? What type of situation would have a Smith or
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
People changing, each person you meet, exerting the same behaviors over and over, like a movie about a guy that's supposedly doing something shady in his own house and is monitored by people across the computer systems.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
No.
Matrix.
The Matrix. Agent Smith.
Shit.
Agent Smith. Everyone I meet is an Agent Smith.
That makes sense.
Okay,
I was thinking
now
it could fit with Mr. and Mrs. Smith too.
No, yeah, there's probably a whole bunch of other.
Yeah.
There are a whole bunch of like a Bucky Larson.
Mm-hmm.
Bucky. Okay, so this is where Brian Smith lived.
Okay.
Off Park Capri, and he was like a genius. He made these latex masks from scratch, which were like Hollywood level.
Oh, cool.
And they disappeared.
Really?
And I believe he moved up to Oregon.
Okay.
Which is interesting because out of the four schools, college counselors that my mother offered me, one was in Oregon and 3 were in the state here. And I chose Oregon, and all these things happened to me in Oregon.
That's
and supposedly, I think one of their lies is like I'm stalking him and following him, and maybe I ran him out of Calabasas, just like supposedly Kelly Hatch, right? Okay, so Brian Smith, lots of Brians stalking me, Brian Longbottom, Brian Weaver.
Jeez.
I believe there's rumors or lies that supposedly I did something like push them off my roof or something like this because we had a pool underneath, just like the movie Bucky Larson.
Okay.
Except the difference would be if I actually pushed Brian Smith off the second floor of our little balcony thing at my father's house,
Yeah.
he would be dead, a piece of rotting blood on the
Jesus.
concrete. Okay, so anyways, not like the movie. And I can't tell you, remember, nothing's directly said, it's implied.
Yeah.
So let's go to my notes on Brian Smith here. Cop shines bright. The hat. What they're calling us from the hat. Brian Smith, Bucky Larson, Starbucks. We're gonna get you rid of you at every coffee shop in Starbucks. We're gonna buck you out of here.
Right.
Why are they gonna buck me out of there? Well, I must have done something to Brian Smith. Bucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, we all called Brian Smith Bucky because his teeth were all fucked up. Now, I didn't come up with it, but they called me Kid Taco, and I wasn't spazzing out.
Right.
You and I.
Right.
Okay, so, high school shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's important. Bucky Larson, Brian Smith, and you're saying, Kevin, well, you're jumping from thing to thing.
Well, no.
Because every person on the fucking planet is taking part.
Right.
Okay, supposedly moved to Oregon, Agent Smith. I don't really have much to say because he was a really cool cat, as far as I knew.
Right.
Except he might have been involved in shit for all I knew.
Right.
I can't tell you.
I didn't even know these apartments were up here.
Yeah. So they've been here since I was 16.
No.
Okay, so anyways, all these defaming stories about me to the world in secret on their defamation channel or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
The real story is I was just friends with a guy named Brian Smith, which we all call Bucky, and they all call me Kid Taco, and he's a really cool guy, and he disappeared, and he went off, I think, to Oregon, and that's it. Right, there is nothing.
Right. Nothing more.
Yeah, and this is around where, and he kind of disappeared around, I think, 9th or 10th grade. This is where Josh Rodenberg and Brian Weaver spilled on their YSR 50s, and they had to wire Brian Weaver's jaws shut.
Shit.
Maybe that's why the fucker's so angry. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Dang.
So we're going to do a quick loop around here. Won't take long. Okay. Headed to Brian Weaver's house. Maybe you should be looking
Oh, sure.
down the... You got your copy.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the red and black Tom Farley Jeep that he sort of didn't really do much of anything, but they're sort of trying to say Kevin is Tom Farley that plowed someone's legs,
Right.
tried to plow someone's legs or whatever, to moped them, and this would be Kelly's Hatch white Jeep Cherokee, and the reason groups of people follow me around in Jeep Cherokees all day in huge groups are to try to guilt me about the things they're doing to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, you can discard that or whatever. Okay, so we're headed to Brian Weaver's house. I could speak for months about Brian Weaver, so I'm just going to throw in some tasters. Here is Park Contessa. Here is Brian Weaver's house, sent after me to try to make me look crazy, working with Pineapple Joe from Hawaii Racing and all sorts of shit.
Right here?
No, this one here.
Oh, okay.
23151. I doubt they still live here. Park Contessa, Calabasas. Brian Smith, Brian Weaver house, Park Contessa, around where Brian Weaver and Josh Rodenberg puked their YSR 50s. Brian had his job, whatever. Weaver involved trying to make me look crazy for building cars and many other things. Later on, taken over by Brian Weaver or Brian Longbottom. Quick example. Father makes up lies. I stole $10,000 from him to build cars, or buy a car engine and things like this for my Trans Am and other cars I was building. Working with Pineapple Joe to ask interrogating questions to try to make me look like a bad person, and then him bait and switching a 454 I was going to put in a Trans Am with aluminum heads, because I started off buying aluminum heads from him that were float imported, and then he kind of did a bait and switch. He said, oh, I have this 426 Hemi out of a front engine rail, which I was going to detune and say, yeah, that's a great profitable trade.
Right.
From a 454 to a 426 Hemi with an 871 blower on it to detune, trying to make me look out of control. Brian Weaver working this angle, going out to Vegas and actually buying a drag rail, and we towed it, we brought it here. He was 16 and his dad's like, Brian, what the fuck are you doing, you know? Why do you have a fucking drag rail, you know? Sell that immediately.
Right.
But the difference between Brian Weaver's father and my family is there's a form of communication. Like, Brian, what are you fucking doing?
Right.
Go sell that.
Something's being said.
My family's like, great, you're a cool kid, you're the best, blah, blah, blah. Kill him. Put him in the world, he's crazy. Okay, there's no communication. Okay, so now we're zipping up to, I hope you sort of texted your person. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'll check.
We must make a full stop or I'll be hunted by the FBI. Okay, okay, let's see, Brian Weaver, Richard Carter, Park Vicente. Okay, so really, I'd really have to dig through the Richard Carter thing. I can't think of much with him competing or not liking or all that shit, but the incident was at Richard Carter's house. His father owns Coast Motor Engine Supply, and Tom Farley, after I came back from college, was working some angles with his cars, possibly his Jeep. And yeah, it was his Jeep, a green Cherokee after that point, at Coast Motor Supply, and playing some game to try to get me mad at them or something. That's one of the things they do is they say all these things and try to rile me up. Okay, so the bad seed. Girl, the 8-year-old, like, however old she was, murdering daughter, name was, I believe, Rhoda. Okay? Now, my father, when I was in high school, bought a Rhodesian Ridgeback, or his girlfriend, Donna, who bred dogs, Rhodesian Ridgebacks, gave him this is the story, who knows why and how he really got the dog. Right. So he got Rhoda from Donna, who he was dating, and he named he got the Rhodesian Ridgeback that he named Rhoda. You see a little oddness here?
Yeah.
Now later on, Kelly Hatch follows me up to Southern Oregon State College, and they put her in the same dorm, just like things that were going on in jail recently.
Right. And
above me, gee, that's pretty.
Right.
Now I didn't pick up on it. I was like, hey, you look familiar. You know, where do I know you from? Okay, so she wants me, with all the spooky shit that she's involved with the police and the professors. She wanted me to see the movie The Bad Seed. Well, we're talking a 20-year-old.
Right.
In 91 would never have seen the movie. I mean, how would she fucking even know about this 1956 black and white Bad Seed with the evil Rhoda girl? Well, father's running around hinting that I'm an evil devil child. Right. The Bad Seed. So is she. And I don't want to go too deep in it, but she was driving the white Jeep Cherokee with the Jeep Tactics. Right. Okay, we're spying on you in Jeep Tactics and all that weird shit. And they're trying to turn it around that I'm them or something, right? Okay, so this is Richard Carter's. Okay.
Which house? That one?
Yeah. I don't know if they still live here. I don't think that I see a real estate sign, so probably not.
That's a pretty view, huh?
Yeah, isn't it? Okay. I don't know if it matters, but what's the address here? Park Vicente. Whatever.
I don't know.
Okay. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so that would be Richard Carter's house, and we're in the house, and I got the paint gun. Pop, pop, pop. It's unloaded. It's just making a little clicking noise. Brian Weaver sees me pointing at a chain, shooting it. Right. Like I'm sort of like, you're like, click, and nothing comes out of it. You're just joking. You're just having fun. Yeah. And then Brian Weaver sees me set it down. Oh, I'm gonna load it because I'm just fucking like Kevin. Right. Now these aren't the biggest deals in the world. I pick it up. I do it again. Boom! It shoots. Oh shit! And it hits him right here, which scared the shit out of me. Right. And
that's fucking up.
They try to make it into Kevin's the Bad Seed, and he's getting his jollies, trying to shoot people's eyes out and shit, right? That's crazy. Okay, so remember, in my life there's zero middle ground since 5 years old. Right. Okay, so whatever.
4320.
Oh, 4320. Okay. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, so now I do remember going to Mr. Carter, going like I don't even know what to say at this point, but I said, "Is there anything I can do?" And he's just mad. He's like, "You've done enough." You know, but you know, that's a normal reaction from what the fuck, kid. But you know, they try to make it into the devil child when accidents happen in life, but Kevin Perlman is not allowed to have accidents. Okay, so, and there are things that these aren't like 9mm, okay? It's not an AK-47 here. They're paint guns that they're running around shooting each other all day with.
And it's, right.
Right, so the context is that you're not waving around guns or anything, you're waving around paint guns and people are shooting at each other all day.
Right, and you didn't even load it, so that's the
correct.
thing too.
It wasn't even my gun. I didn't even, to solidify it, well, they all then went out and bought all these modified paint guns. I wasn't interested.
Right.
Okay, that's the solidifying it, right?
Right.
Okay, why am I not interested in them, but yet I'm just more, you know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Okay, so we're now heading to Calabasas High. Get into the really important shit. Let's see, Tom Farley, red and black. What does this top line say?
Tom Farley, red, black, Jeep, almost hit somebody crosswalk.
Okay, so that's where we were, and I showed you a picture of what his Jeep was.
Yeah. Motorcycle slid in rain.
Okay, yeah, so now we're getting the important shit. Now we're getting into but I'm establishing the pattern of defamation or trying to collect insignificant things to put in this laundry list or rap sheet to the world in secret that they can make it look like whatever they want. There's no accountability. Okay, and the world's actually believing it. So they can say if I drop the bar of soap on the fucking ground, they're going to say I'm trying to make people slip and break their skull on the ground.
Right.
Okay, it's that simple. Everything is the same. And you're like, what the fuck? Why can't I explain the situation? Well, you know, when people do something, they're not told what they do because they could lie. That was my father's words.
That's so stupid.
Okay,
Right.
So you think he actually believes the bullshit he's peddling?
No.
Okay, so he has a motive. Like a hate motive. Okay, so I have a normal life in a cage with a cow prod on my ass.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, how is it?
And he's going to walk around calling me Rhoda. Right? And he's going to say I'm a dog that needs to be put down because I bite people and, right? Man, everything's out of context.
Right.
Right? The point I'm making is I could take anyone's life. I could take like fucking Mother Teresa's life and do the same thing to her. Okay?
Yes, exactly.
Like the fucking Pope, you name it. I could do it to anyone.
Right.
Especially if I had the resources, the internet resources to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So now with that context, they have no argument. But yet the people don't understand that. Okay. So we are heading, does it say the street? Bluebird or it's an interesting street name. Top of page 2. No, it doesn't. Okay, we're on our way to Calabasas High here. It's 8 a.m. We're cruising to school. I think I'm by myself. Going to high school. Gonna get my high school degree. And not that anyone in high school cares at the time.
Right.
Okay. So we're driving. We're about here at the street coming out. I think it's like Bluebird or something. Interesting name. There's a motorcycle in front of me. It's raining out.
Bluebird.
Yeah. Bluebird Drive. There's a motorcycle in front of me. It's raining, pretty heavy. Right here, he slides in front of me.
Oh shit.
I don't hit him. I don't touch him.
Yeah.
He slides in front of me. He kind of gets right back up. He's wearing leathers and all that.
Yeah.
Now looking back, my guess is he actually slid it because I was behind him.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I have fact.
No,
I'm saying that's my guess. Now, why? Why would I say that?
Well, it falls in line with other things too that will happen. People like cars in front of you trying to make you look like you're trying to hit them or beat them.
Correct. And the fact that these situations don't die, they don't let them go, and they want me to go to a therapist. And as my mother said at 29 in her angry voice, go to a therapist and tell them everything.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
That's insane.
So, these random daily life accidents that happen around people,
Yeah.
nothing really matters except unless it's Kevin Perlman, and then he did it.
Right.
Okay, so ironically, the street is named Bluebird Drive, was that?
Yeah. Bluebird.
Okay, Bluebird Drive. Tweet. Okay. And also, and remember that Twitter at one point had eggs as their defaults.
I'm not on Twitter.
Oh, they had their default eggs as default icons if you didn't upload your image. Linking back to the egg events. And linking all the way back to Sunny Skies Day Camp, and then cracking the egg, the little egg embryo, and then Tom Farley egg mobbing Eric Johnson. Okay, where I'm being egg mobbed, mentally egg mobbed by a world of people on Twitter or Facebook, right? Okay, the karmic, karma, not karma, because karma is natural,
right?
And revenge
Karma,
has nothing
karma.
to do with karma.
Exactly.
Okay, so, okay, now, right around the same time period, my wrestling coach, Brock Delp, on the wrestling team, just magically gets in an accident on his Honda. What an amazing coincidence.
Right.
And is out for like a month. Now, did I see the accident? No. Did I see Brock in the hospital? No.
Okay.
So did it really happen? I have a feeling not.
Okay.
So they took Brock Delp off the wrestling team and brought in a substitute wrestling coach named Jono. Yeah, which we all loved and liked better than Brock Delp. Okay. So Jono, at this time, they bring on the black girl, trying to make it look like I like to beat up black girls.
Jesus.
A black girl on a boys wrestling team. How's that even possible?
I don't know.
Kevin, you train with her. Why Kevin?
Right.
What are the chances that there's a worldwide campaign saying I'm a white supremacist?
Right. And then
this event in high school, this very rare event, training with a black girl.
Right.
It lasted like a week and then disappeared, and his father was running around saying, he beat me up, he hates black, right?
Yeah.
Sort of staged, given what to say. Okay. So black girl wrestling team to stalk and frame me. Everyone got together waiting. Okay, at this point everyone wants to get rid of Brock, and they kind of band together. We like Jono better, we want him instead.
Okay.
Now this is just a theory. It's just a theory, Kareen T. Phillips, based on 100,000 similar events that most of them aren't. Because there's a whole thing about getting rid of Kevin everywhere he goes and bucking him out of everywhere.
Right.
Since a very young age. Okay, so everyone said, you know, we don't want Brock back, we want Jono. And my guess is that they're saying that I'm the ringleader. Kevin's in a bad seat because he's overstepping his boundaries and ground and turning people against. This is a theory. Right. I mean, I'm probably accurate on that. Okay, so, and around this time, English teacher tells me to punch Paul Schaefer.
Right.
Okay, I mean, and then I can tell you all the things Paul Schaefer was told to do, like I'd fall asleep in Miss Garcia's class and he would take his watch, his Casio, and set his alarm, and he'd throw it under her desk. So the alarm goes off while she's talking, and I'd be asleep, trying to make it look like...
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Right? So Paul Schaefer putting Melody the stripper cards in Miss Prohaska's desk, saying, let me see those cards, because Melody says, pass, get these cards out, and he takes the cards, and he puts it in Miss Prohaska, the math teacher's desk. Jeez. So maybe the whole reason they're using the whole goodwill hunting tactic is to revenge me for what Paul Schaefer did. Right? Okay.
Right.
Okay, so let's go to Daddy's house. You want to go to Daddy's house? Because I'm a liar. I'm a liar, and I'm hunting him. Right now, I'm hunting my father down to kill him. This is a crime in progress, Dincy. And judicial system, and FBI. This is Calabasas High, by the way.
Oh, I've never driven this way.
Yeah, so I would, at the time, go in that lot there. Okay, so let's go to Daddy's house, because we have a special treat that lives kind of next door-ish.
Really?
Back to the next door tactic, or close by tactic. Just like Paul Humphrey moving to Torrance or wherever and wanting me to drive down and say I'm stalking Jen Hess. Or in so many other events like that with Paul Humphrey. Right. Once again, we're going to see it most likely with Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman. Okay, so when I grew up, he didn't live here. He lived off DeSoto in his party house, Avenue San Luis, DeSoto. This is Mount Park, off Mulholland, and I believe he moved here after I went to college. Yeah. Okay, so...
Does he still live here?
I think so, but I'm not sure. guard area with Allied Universal Security, which I found out a couple of weeks ago, which now some of the dots with Allied Universal Security following me from place to place threatening me is now making more sense. Why they were so much more aggressive than the other security companies. Because the gate guard here is Allied Universal Security. Okay? And he used to harass me when I go over to my father's house. Yeah. And ironically, the same guy was here for like, it's been over 19 years, you know?
Really?
Yeah, I was like, you're still here? Okay, so the judicial system would say my father's life is in danger right now. Because there's no middle ground, and if I'm near anyone from my past within 10,000 miles, their life's in danger. Right? Like if I'm fired in Northridge, I'm not allowed anywhere in Northridge or Chatsworth, or you're gonna say, what does one thing have to do with the other?
Right.
Right? Maybe if I'm not allowed in the office.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's where it should end. Okay, not be bucked stuff with a cattle prod. Okay, so now this is interesting that my father moved here later. And I didn't really think about this till maybe 6 months ago or something. But because I know the tactic. Okay. So this is where my father moved to after I came back from college. But there were all sorts of things done to me with a girl named Carissa Brands, which we talked about.
Yeah.
The girl that supposedly checked into a where?
Where?
She checked herself into a
rehab? What was it?
a mental institution
yeah.
because supposedly she was suicidal. Okay, we're here at Mountain Park. Okay, we're just doing a little U-turn. And here's my daddy's. He lives up there.
Okay.
We're not going in, but this is the gate. And Allied Universal Security works here.
Jeez.
Okay. Now, why Carissa Brand supposedly checked herself into a mental institution, was suicidal. We had several conversations how
Right.
I supposedly did it to her, Paul Humphrey's girlfriend.
Right.
Later on, coming back from college, she sort of managed to seek me out and wanted to go hiking with me once, way like 6 years or longer after she broke up with Paul Humphrey, trying to use that as leverage that you're trying to steal Paul Humphrey's girlfriends and things like this.
Gosh, right.
Ironically, where does Carissa Brands live? Well, interesting. Here we are on Canyon Drive Highlands or whatever the hell. Theoretically not next door, but
pretty close.
But pretty damn close to kind of get Kevin in the local area to say Kevin's stalking Paul Humphrey's girlfriends or weird things like this. Okay, and I've seen the tactic over and over with different people, so I know the tactic.
Right.
And there's a whole thing with the world told I'm trying to get her to kill herself, and I'm stealing Paul Humphrey's girlfriend, and instantly after that, Paul Humphrey managed to find a girl I dated a couple times on IRC named Honey, and dated her and said, oh, I dated this girl, and she said she knows you and dated you. And interesting that these events, like revenge after the timing and things like that. So my events are her approaching me, me telling Paul, look, this happened and I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And then Paul going out and saying, you're the bad seed and I'm going to revenge you.
That's insane.
Okay?
We're doing the right thing.
Correct. But they're taking things that don't matter and making them into the end of the world. Okay. And giving it out to the entire planet out of context, the things that nobody would normally care, but they're sprucing it up and dressing it up and dramatizing it and making it look like criminal acts. Okay, so we're coming to Carissa Brand's, I guess, parents' log cabin. I think it's on Clover Trail here. And that's kind of interesting in itself that I can't really give any background history behind that, but we have this girl who's involved in these things, and her father built a log cabin out here.
Oh, way.
Yeah. And I'm too lazy to use the other camera to splice in the video. So you're gonna have to trust me. Or
I believe
Brittany's word, because is it the next street or this street? Maybe it's the next street. Actually, I have it written down. What do I have written down? Oh, here it is. Okay, you can probably see on the camera right now.
I can see
Okay,
it.
so the green fence here. Okay, so this is Carissa Brand's family's house. And this house has been here before my father moved from DeSoto Avenue, San Luis, off Peralta Street. Wait, didn't I buy a Peralta skateboard at 13 or something? Wait, now things are getting weirder. Coincidence or not coincidence?
I don't know.
Me neither on that one, but
That's weird though.
especially with Tom Farley running around saying I'm crazy for skating with my family.
Right.
And I'm a violent paranoid schizo, and the names of the skateboards are all crimes and things like this. Okay, so, and I noticed the butterfly up there, and I'm not going to get into it, but there's a whole
thing with that.
I can't tell you when that was there, when that came there or not, but there's a whole thing with butterflies.
Okay.
And my guess is they put it up there after those smears. Okay, so, anyways, we don't need to stay here, but what do I have on the notes on Carissa? I don't want to get too deep because I want to get the more important things out, but you understand that all these events link back to mental institutions and doing things to people. Okay. Motorcycle slide in the rain, English teacher, Mountain Park, father's house, Carissa Brand's log cabin by father's house after he moved to the house when I came back from college. Clover Trail sent after me after coming back from college, trying to make it look like I'm stealing Paul's girlfriend 7 years later. Also trying to make it look like I forced her into a mental institution. Drive by from. Okay. So that's I could talk more about Carissa Brand and those situations, but I think I'm gonna make these more broader because we got some important things to talk about here. And me, I'll go into specific, and then people will be like, "You have a great memory." Now I'm mad at you. I'm gonna erase your memory. Okay. It's not my fault. I have a good memory. That's not a crime.
Nope.
Just doing shit to people. Okay, so.
Exactly. I had no idea any of this was up here.
Yeah. I mean, this has been up here since I was 16, so.
Right.
Okay, they built my father's area a little later.
Okay.
Okay. So I think the most important things are the Kevin's ramming people with cars, and and the reason I say that is because they staged this whole thing where Tom Farley supposedly got addicted to speed and got into hit and runs, and I'm Tom Farley, and he was arrested and put in whatever you call them, those not halfway houses but rehab houses.
Oh, okay.
And all the things to satisfy the courts, and they're trying to make me like him.
Right.
The same schizo things, right?
Yeah.
And then we have the lawyer saying, I want to be arrested, and the lawyer saying, I want to be on the stand like Seymour Amster.
Right.
And you witnessed that in your office, him lying to you. With recorded audio of him stating, from the first moment I met him, stating that I would have to take the stand to win the case and this and that.
Right.
Okay, so if he tells me you have to take the stand to win the case, and then fucks me over and does all these things during and after and right before taking the stand, and then he walks in your office after, lying to your face, I want to take the stand, I'm crazy, and then working with Deborah Bear, trying to manipulate, blackmail me, emotional blackmail me, into telling the judge I want to be put in a mental institution. Well, where does that come from? Well, the first thought that comes off my mind is Carissa Brand checked herself into a mental institution, saying she's suicidal. Okay?
Right.
But how many people do you know on this planet have a planet full of people running around saying you did this without any proof or fact, right? I mean, if that was the case, you could say anything about anyone and they'd be dead.
Exactly.
With worldwide support.
Yeah.
Right? There's no checks and balances, safety measures. You can't sue for defamation. You can't have a counter argument with a father running around with Mike Huntley saying you're not allowed to defend yourself. Right? Okay, so it's an execution from day one.
Right. Yeah. What are you supposed to do with that? Exactly.
Right?
You can't defend yourself.
There's no, by people saying you're crazy and you're not allowed to say anything about anything is an execution.
Right.
Especially with worldwide support. Like, unanimous.
Yeah. You're right. 100%.
Right? There's no middle ground.
No.
You're crazy, you need to die.
No, I've never.
You did all these things, we're going to publicly shame you and not tell you what these things are. You're You're not allowed to discuss it. You know what you did. You're dead man.
Right. No. There's no words. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
Right.
And most people don't take it seriously because they see that guy's a bad cheat, kill him.
Right.
Or that guy's done all these things and the guy's running around with signs on his fucking car and shit going, they won't tell me what it's about. Will you tell me?
Right.
No, you're a monster. You need not one of you will tell me.
Right.
Not one. Out of 7 billion population of 7 billion human beings on the planet, not one can have a adult conversation.
Right. No, that doesn't make sense at all.
Right? I just noticed the 2 orange pickups here.
Oh, yeah. I'd never seen orange.
Okay, interesting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I haven't been looking for the mental illness tactics, but they're there. Everywhere.
Sure.
And they sort of want me to look past all that, but, you know,
well, it's hard.
if you don't stop and progressively do it more and more.
It keeps happening, right?
Yeah, it's progressive too. Like, maybe tomorrow I wear black jeans and a tie-dye shirt, and then next week you'll see black jeans and tie-dye shirts, and maybe then it trickles down to tie-dye shirts everywhere worldwide, right?
Right.
Okay,
exactly.
if they keep changing,
Yeah.
you're going to keep watching them do it more and more.
You
And you're going to be like,
but notice.
yeah, and that's the concept of gang stalking, is to work on you for 29 years to get you in that hypersensitive state, talk about it, but you're crazy.
Right. It's fucked up.
And divert from the real topics.
Right. But how could you not notice or talk about it when it's constant?
Correct, and that's what they want. That's what they've always wanted.
Right.
To get to the point where you're going to talk about it. And they go, you're crazy, and lock you in jail and try to get you in a mental institution. But why?
Exactly.
Because someone wants me dead. Right?
Right.
I mean, there cannot be another reason.
Right.
It's pure hate and rage. Okay, so this is Calabasas High, the front side. And I was hoping to be able to go in, but that's okay.
Can you go in over there?
No, it's all shut down for being COVID world and whatever. No school in progress, in session, and COVID. Okay, so where are we? Drive by. Okay, front a lot here. I had my 1985 Trans Am, which I modified, changed out the pistons from like 8-to-1 to 11-to-1, hyper-eutectic pistons or whatever.
Yeah.
Not huge mods, but you know, as a kid, 16-year-old, reading books and lifting engines out of my car in my garage, teaching myself, whatever. And I fucked up a lot of shit too. Okay, so whatever, that's all learning, right? I had nobody training me. Okay?
No, you did it yourself.
Yeah, and so we had Damon Riggins, the black kid. Remember, we're going back to black people. No black people. I have no problem with African Americans or Asians or Latins or Jews or redheads or beetles or stink bugs or caterpillars, whatever. Klingons, whatever. Romulans. Okay, so whatever. Okay, so Damon Riggins had a Camaro stock, and we would sort of do our joking around. This building wasn't here at the time. It went down way back to the gym, the changing room or whatever, the PE room. Okay, so he had his Camaro. I had my Trans Am. We would joke around, you know, rev our engines, or sometimes. I'm a racist because sometimes we kind of race home.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm a racist. Okay, so
that's crazy.
So
being a kid.
So being a kid and speeding or peeling out, those are capital offenses.
That's insane.
Okay, I mean, Brittany, do you know any 16-year-olds that have ever peeled out in their cars?
Yeah, almost every single one of them.
Okay, are they being hunted by worldwide support saying you're a reckless monster?
Nope.
Okay, so there you go. Okay, so kids being kids. Do I need to be hunted for the rest of my life for my transgressions, according to Garrett from Topanga Adventure of Starbucks? In my Trans Am transgressions, I don't know if he's working some weird schizo angle. Okay, Black Girl Wrestling Team, I already mentioned that, but you're seeing now a pattern of black people.
Right.
Black people, I'm competing with Damon. I hate black people. I'm competing with him. I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm leading them down the wrong path in life. I'm doing horrible things. No, they're just kids joking around with each other.
Yeah, you're just kids.
Right? There's nothing there. But they're making it there. Especially when Damon Riggins came into my office after coming back from college working with Mike Huntley. Working some weird angles. Yeah. Okay. Mike Huntley had Damon Riggins come to my office after starting to work with me. Okay. So these little insignificant things that you would never pick up on or think about,
they all connect.
They all connect.
Right.
In unheard of things. And each person has some dramatized, like, he ruined my life and hates us story behind it. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Okay?
Not at all.
So if I date a girl and I burp at the dinner table, I hate her and I ruin her life and I need to die.
Because
right?
you have to belch.
Maybe you have some Latin stripper and she doesn't get enough money from you or something and you hate Latins or Peruvians. I don't know. Right? Things like this.
Right.
Okay? Then each thing. And then it jumps to this race and that race. Then it jumps to Asians. And then it jumps... And you're like, did I fall off the fucking Twilight Zone boat or something? You know, I mean, Brittany, do they do these things on your planet?
No.
Right?
It's like unheard of stuff. Like, truly.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's go here and we'll talk about my evil hit and runs.
Oh,
My evil, horrible hit and runs. Okay. Now remember, I've ripped someone's hand off by gumming them.
Gumming them, you gummed them.
Okay.
Yep.
So, but that equals like shredded, like the movie Jupiter Ascending. I tore someone's throat out. Okay.
With your gums.
With my gums.
Ridiculous.
Let's see. Like, what's that movie, Drag Me to Hell or whatever, where she's gumming or whatever. Okay, it's actually kind of gross. Okay, so she has. What do you got? The denture, whatever. You take out the teeth, and she's all gumming them, trying to bite them.
Oh my god!
It's kind of gross. Okay, so anyways,
drive by.
Okay.
Rear lot.
Unfortunately, I can't drive in there, but down here is where Corey Bixby wanted me to drive her home.
Oh.
Didn't have a car. Kevin, will you drive me home? Blah blah blah. And now that's where we're going to Gilmore Street now.
Okay.
But one incident in this parking lot is, remember I have a souped up Trans Am.
Yeah.
And I'm doing stupid kid shit. And I peel out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I can't stop. And I bumper tap Amber Farr's car from behind.
Okay. Happens.
Bumper tap.
Right.
Like a couple miles per hour. Ding.
Right. I've done that too.
0 damage. Now after this, they go out and they say that I'm crazy and I hit and run her and I'm out of control.
That's insane. It was a love tap. It wasn't even
Correct.
on purpose.
Correct. It wasn't directed at her. It was just some kid doing stupid shit. Couldn't stop a few inches before and think.
Right.
Okay.
No damage.
So I'm not going to say I wasn't stupid, but I'm a fucking 16-year-old kid and everyone's doing the same shit. Brian Weaver's doing donuts and the Chevelle. Like those, what do they call them, street takeover shit, whatever. Okay.
That's crazy.
Which they didn't have back then, but same type of shit, right?
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. Everyone's doing the same shit. Nobody cares.
Right.
But Kevin Berlin, they're actually mad at me for getting caught ditching on senior ditch day. That was actually funny.
Are you serious?
Because I signed out.
Yeah.
And I was just, I don't know what I was thinking, but I signed out, and then they caught me signing out. Well, everyone else, they didn't sign out.
Well,
but still, why did the principal care? Because he knew the entire 12th grade was gone. Okay, but whatever. It doesn't matter. That was Dr. Walker. Okay, so whatever. Stupid shit. The point is that these are stupid kid shit that shouldn't matter now.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be locked in jail for it.
No.
And hunted by a planet of people saying, you're not allowed to make money, your house is your jail because we can't officially put you in a mental institution or jail cell for bumper tapping. Bumper tapping. Okay, when Tom Farley got in these hit and runs, and I think they were faked, he totaled cars.
Right.
And he showed me one of the cars, which was totaled, but for all I know, they just dragged a car on the street. With the amount of resources they're using against me with the government, they probably just took a totaled car, put it there, and said, Tom, take Kevin over here and say you did this. And then make me think that I did what Tom Farley did, while Karine T. Phillips from Pasadena, where Tom Farley went, all these things are connected.
Right.
Okay?
Oh my gosh.
So I need to rehabilitate, not take speed like Tom Farley and become a speed addict and total cars. Well, what does that have to do with a bumper tap?
Nothing.
Right?
At all.
Okay, so now you have this bumper tap that doesn't matter, equals a hit and run.
Jesus.
And the guy sliding his motorcycle here
Right.
equals ramming motorcycles. The parking lot, the guy walking through the parking lot,
Yeah.
the crosswalk, Tom Farley driving his red and black Jeep equals Kevin tried to plow someone's legs off.
That's so insane.
Right?
It's like you weren't behind the wheel there.
Correct.
You didn't hit the dude there.
So remember that Dincy's running around with on his paperwork, Kevin's a reckless driver, and
so full
well,
of
where's he
shit.
getting that from? He's getting it from he's trying to revenge me for something that didn't matter 30 years prior.
Right.
So what we're really saying is it's not about revenge, it's about a paid off hit.
Right.
Or a paid off rid you of the world. Okay?
Oh, so fucking
Government extermination operations or eradication operation.
right.
Okay, so Corey Bixby. Okay. Working with Tom Farley. Oh. Okay. So now we're driving Corey Bixby home. I'm gonna take the route home. But we're gonna do a little pit stop down here on Bluebird Street. I gotta admit, this is a good topic.
Yeah.
We're going down to Bluebird Street, and I'm going to show you where we ate lunch.
Okay.
And this, I never thought about this until last month, but this is interesting. Okay, so we're going down Bluebird Street, and everyone ate in the normal lunch area, but our little car click group ate down in this lower section.
Oh.
And at one point, some guy threw a milk at my head and actually hit me.
What?
Yeah.
What a dick.
I mean, I didn't really equate it personal back then.
Yeah.
But I was sitting down here and a milk, and then bam, hit me in the head. So,
Oh my god.
and I think it was probably directed at me, and he probably made the shot. And you know, we're not talking about damaging things here or anything, but I'm just sort of
But
creating the
still,
overtone
yeah.
of
It's been.
how they thought of me, which I didn't realize was going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't, you didn't see a person throw it. You didn't know it was directed. Okay, so this I believe is Shane Weeks, or was their house.
Yeah.
Okay? Shane Weeks, you know who Shane Weeks is? The kid that, the paint gun. that-
Oh, the kid you shot.
So
okay.
I accidentally shot because Brian Weaver reloaded the paint gun.
Yeah.
Okay, so he ironically lived right here.
That's crazy.
I can't tell you if his parents still do. Now,
It don't look like anybody lives there right now.
it doesn't. Okay, so we ate. See this lower section right here?
Yeah.
We ate down here.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying anything about anything, but it is possible that there's a reason they wanted me down here in an area that they can sort of view me,
That's true.
right?
Oh yeah.
And there are all things like, you know, Scott Jellin, the whole they called him Melon Head. The only thing I ever said to the guy was hi, and later on, after coming back from college, Joel Lippman tells me that he supposedly hung himself naked and killed himself because of being bullied by everyone and trying to make me think that I did it, like it's my fault.
Right. I remember you.
So back to the kill yourself or mental institution thing.
That is so fucked up.
Okay. And let's see, what are my notes here? Okay. We're on Bluebird Street, Calabasas lunch area off Bluebird, across from Shane Weeks' house, Milk in the Head, Scott Jellin, Mellonhead, connected, I believe, without proof, to a porn star named Hunter Scott, who later changed her name to Bridget Monroe, and then another one kind of working with them, Bridget B. I mean, they're all worldwide working together, but they all sort of have their different obsessional looping tactics.
Right.
Okay, Scott Jellin supposedly killed himself from being bullied and hung himself naked, yet I'm called a bully.
That's fucked up.
Isn't that interesting? Okay.
That's, like,
and I have worldwide groups saying that I'm a bully, and the police saying I'm a bully, and a thug.
You're not.
Well, that's pretty strange, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, and when I was at Long Beach Police a month ago,
Yeah.
I went to one of them for help, because I went to about 3 or 4 of them, because things kept happening. He said, I said, there's a guy at the park, and he keeps chasing after me, and he's attacked me, and this and that. Well, I'm not going to thug him for you.
What the hell?
First he said, what do you want me to do? I said, well, you know, can you go down and stop it? Or
Yeah.
I'm not going to thug him for you.
What the fuck does that
Wait,
mean?
so if all these things are the same. If I ask the police for help, I'm telling the police to thug people. And
That's
your
crazy.
lawyer said if I tell the Bar Association with proof what's going on, I'm starting a war.
Right.
Wait, so if I ask someone for help, I'm starting a war, or I'm thugging people.
So what are you supposed to do then?
Die.
Right.
Correct? Exterminate my kind at all costs since 5 years old. With full police government support.
Right.
Okay, why would they say that? Well, Kevin's known to cause problems, but once again, we all know they're writing just bullshit defaming statements.
Yeah.
Okay, so why are they doing it? Well, someone's been paid a shitload. Okay, so, my guess is there's family money donations to Topanga Division Police Station out there, which is why it was built in 2009. Okay, that's just a guess.
Yeah.
But they took the money. Do you understand? They're on the
Right.
take. Okay, according to Joel Littman, after I came back from college, I said Scott Sheldon killed himself from being bullied, hung himself naked. Relates to Mike Huntley's statement, I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with.
Right.
As the world is calling me a bully for some strange reason, out of nowhere. But how does it get worldwide? In secret.
Exactly.
Okay. And there's no accountability. If it's on the news, I sue for defamation. Okay. Joel Littman then starts taking turns on me with the rest of them. Okay. So now let's go to Corey Bixby's house.
Is that close to your town?
Fairly close, by El Camino High.
Oh, no.
That's close though. Now, what's the first thought of my statement that I just said to you?
Which statement?
We're going to Corey Bixby's house. It's by El Camino High. There's nothing clicking there. Nothing.
Didn't you say something
you can do
about
this riddle.
Bixby
You can do this for.
Long Beach?
You can do this for. Bixby Park. Bixby Park was where I was attacked in Long Beach, and that's not a coincidence.
Right.
And the cops are calling me bullies, and my father's saying that I ruined Corey Bixby's life by kind of sort of pushing on the gas pedal too much.
That's insane.
Okay?
Right.
Really, translation, you didn't ask me out, I'm going to kill you or something like that.
Right.
Okay, so I ruined her life by not asking her out, and she needs to hunt me down with worldwide support and kill me. Well, that doesn't make sense.
Not at all.
Right?
No.
It means she was never interested in the first place. She was told to ask me out for other reasons. But what I was trying to get at here is that I'm now going to Corey Bixby's house by El Camino.
El Camino?
El Camino High School.
Is that a car?
It is a car too. It's
Okay.
ugly. I call them trucks. You don't remember them? They're a half car, half pickup truck.
Oh, really?
Trucks. Yeah, they're ugly as shit.
Really?
Okay. Shane Weeks actually had one too.
No way.
Okay. El Camino. I'm taking Corey Bixby home by El Camino High School. It's not clicking.
No. I'm sorry.
This is Calabasas High.
Right.
And I'm not saying with proof here.
Oh, did she go to Calabasas?
She went to Calabasas High.
Not El Camino?
So if she lives right by El Camino.
Why wouldn't she go there?
Correct.
That's weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I just thought of this last month. And sometimes, I'm not saying
Like
it's a
the
sure
lottery
thing.
system or something?
I don't know, because Greg Wall lives in Bell Canyon. You know where that is? It's like way out past El Camino.
Oh.
But it's in, I think, in Ventura County.
Oh.
Somehow he was going to Calabasas.
Weird. Okay.
So I'm not saying for sure, but it seems a little odd that if she is zoned. Normally, I think public high schools, you're zoned.
Oh yeah, like elementaries too.
And you would know better than me because you have kids.
Yeah, it's zoned for sure.
Like, these people all go to Calabasas High because they're in this area.
Right.
They don't go to El Camino.
Right.
So if she's out really close to El Camino,
She should go to
why is she going to Calabasas?
Right.
So what's the first thought in your mind about that?
That's fucking weird. She's going there for some reason.
Maybe she doesn't live there, but she wants me to drive out there.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Maybe there's something she wants to see to send me idea of reference schitzo messages to try to make me look crazy. Right?
Yeah. Jeez.
Well, let's go take a look and cancel all your damn appointments.
I have, I'm supposed to call it 3, but I can push that.
Can you?
Just
I
a
think we're
little-
closer to the end here, but
Okay, yeah.
there's always filler information. So let's see if you can do that. Sorry, person, I know I'm demanding, but these are, what's the word? Extenuating circumstances based on worldwide kill operations against one man who really, you know what, I'd rather be out sipping fucking Mai Tais on my porch, burping and farting and shit. Okay?
Who wouldn't, right?
And fucking a girl every 10 minutes saying, you, come in here.
Right.
I'm you, Hefner. No, but, you know,
Right.
or whatever, a stable nympho. I don't give a shit.
Stable nympho.
Whatever.
That's awesome.
Okay, so, where are we here on our notes?
Corey Bixby's house.
Yeah, I forgot what. Joel Littman, Corey Bixby at the bottom. Yearbook. Oh! Pull out that yearbook. I think it's by your feet. You want to see Corey Bixby?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm not. Damn it, your mom here. So I could be lying, right? I mean, maybe Corey Bixby is just another imaginary person of mine.
I doubt that very much.
So wait, let's show him the cover here. What's next? What is next? What is going to be done to Kevin next? Okay, big old question mark here. Okay, but this is my, I believe, 12th grade.
Did
yearbook.
you graduate in 91?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there should be a paper in there with Corey Bixby's page on it.
Oh.
There. There it is. She should be in there. There she is.
Okay.
Mine might have a mullet, by the way, so don't look at that one.
I want to see.
Okay, so do they.
Oh, sorry.
They want to see.
Corey Bixby.
The blonde. She's pretty cute, right? I had a little crush, like I don't really talk to you crush on it.
Yeah.
Because I was really shy, but not a good icebreaker. But I don't know. So the whole point is, if you're shy and you have a crush on a girl, the last thing you think is she's gonna hunt you down and fucking kill you, going, you're the next fucking Charles Manson or a bad seed, right?
Right.
It's bad enough that you're too shy to talk to her. Okay.
Exactly. You're not gonna.
Okay. So wait.
Oh, sorry.
Zoom in here.
Open this?
Yeah, open it.
Oh.
Oh, little reconstruction there. Okay. Give that a nice big view here. Okay, close to that camera. Yeah, there's Corey Bixby. Kind of has a fro, actually.
I know.
Okay. So there's Corey Bixby. So we're coming up El Camino High School here. Well, like we just said, I don't understand. Why is she out here in Calabasas? Or is there something she wants me to see?
Right.
There must be something she wants me to see. Hey, she should be going here.
Right.
She's in El Camino district.
That's weird. Yeah.
Isn't it? Okay, so we're gonna put that in the category of we have no factual proof, but circumstantially it looks a little out there, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's not the end of the world, but it looks a little out there. Okay, we're driving around. Oh, I just passed the spot. Wait, I just passed the spot where I tried to kill her.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, that was too much. Sorry, wrong gear. Okay, we're driving. That was too much, but I just tried to kill you, right?
Oh, I'm terrified.
Are you okay?
I'm not.
Okay, I can get you some ice packs or maybe like an oxygen breather or
I need
a defibrillator.
Right. Bring me back.
Maybe some shots of morphine.
Oh my God.
You might need morphine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to come back from this, right? Are you?
No.
Like the next 40 years, you're going to hunt me, right?
Jesus, that's insane. It was like nothing. You did nothing.
Right? Now the government's going to help you with NSA and FBI, the psychology community, because I just ruined your life, right?
That's so
I couldn't even do it like I did like this. You know?
No, because it was so minor.
It would be more like, let's see if I can simulate it. It would be like this. That's how it would.
What? So nothing.
Remember, I got a modified 305 Chevy with 11-to-1 compression, and I love cars with power. And,
yeah, it's fun.
okay, and I said this: anyone that has a car with power, whether it's modified, whether it's a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a Viper, anything, Corvette, Camaro, Trans Am, 427 Cobra, what's my favorite car called?
I don't know.
I can't even remember the fucking name. Pantera.
What is this?
You don't even know what a Pantera is?
Oh, I didn't know what that lady was doing.
Okay.
I thought she was...
Okay.
No, I don't, though.
Okay. Oh, it's a beautiful car. They don't make it anymore.
They
Okay,
don't.
Victory. We're going down Victory. We're going down Victory. We're very definitely, in my mind, El Camino area.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just getting a theory here, a hunch, maybe she wants to send me a hidden message about something, or why does she want me to come all the way out here, even though that's not my thought back then?
Right.
My thought back then was I did you a favor, now will you return the favor? Because I like you. It's really more about I liked her, but
Right.
no angry voice and no, and you have other cars, and why do you want me to do it? Okay, well that's a very strange response.
That's weird. Yeah.
Okay, like why are you trying to get me mad at you or something? But I wasn't really too savvy on all that back then.
Right.
Okay, so let's see, the first street. Okay, now, interesting that we're coming up to the Fallbrook Mall.
Yeah.
So if a group of people are going to maul me to death,
Oh, gee.
we're going to be by the Fallbrook Mall, which is very aggressive on me. And we're on the last page here. Okay, so let's head out to Royer Street. We're going to Royer. Now, there was a man sent to my life after I graduated or came back from college named Rob Roy McGregor, who lived in Echo Park, working on weird, freaky angles that her neighbor kid stabbed someone with a knife and all this.
What the hell?
All sorts of other angles at the animation firm down in Simi Valley. So we're going to Royer Street, which may be connected.
Oh.
It might not, but there are an awful lot of these little schizo idea of reference
Right.
people coming in my life trying to make me look crazy and like a schizo. So we're at Royer Street here, dropping off Corey Bixby, way the hell away from Calabasas,
Yeah.
fairly close to El Camino. By the Home Depot here, where Tom Farley lived after the DUIs, or worked, got a job after the DUIs and the housing shit,
Yeah.
or the rehab shit for his speed addiction. Wait, speed addiction, like driving fast, or speed addiction?
Like meth.
Nice orange bug there,
Oh,
interesting.
the
Clearly,
third one?
there's only one of them, but I can tell you that it's left there for me.
Right.
So Tom Farley, supposedly addicted to speed, driving fast, or like the movie Speed, I can't
Yeah.
stop.
Right.
Kevin also supposedly cut Melody's brake lines on her car going down a hill. Wait,
Gilmore?
I'm dropping Corey Bixby off here at Gilmore Street. What a beautiful street name.
Right.
What's the first thought that comes to your head with Gilmore?
Gilmore Girls.
Oh, I never even watched that.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. What is the first thing?
Well, Brittany, I got another present for you, if I can find it. I think it might be by your side. Oh,
Gilmore.
look at that. Brittany gets the next DVD present. Happy
Thank you.
Gilmore. But wait, how old was I at this time period? 16 to 17? And what age did my mother ask me if I hit Josh Burnham in the head
Oh
with
my
a golf
gosh.
club?
No.
Right around that time, 15 to 16, I'm guessing right
That's
at 16.
Crazy.
And I'm guessing she said it after I peeled out my car or something, because Josh's last name was Burnham. Josh
Oh,
Burnham.
wow.
Okay? So, let's hang out for a few minutes here by Gilmore Street. Where was it?
Up here.
Up here. In the shade. We're going down to Gilmore Street in a never-ending coincidence tree. Okay, so...
That's crazy.
Okay, now remember, let's go through my notes here at Gilmore. You can't really see it too well from the tree, but
Yeah, right there.
okay. And also, I'm gonna grab my other camera here because we're gonna have some quick fun too. Okay, so oh my God, my arm.
You okay?
I'm just old. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna turn on this camera here. Okay, so where are we? Mike Huntley bringing on Bob Sandler, our first employee. Bob Sandler, we brought him in as an employee, and then we made him a partner. And I'm pretty sure that was sort of Mike Huntley manipulation.
Okay.
Bob Sandler. Well, I mean, any thoughts about that?
Well, I mean, you put golf next to it too. So, Adam Sandler.
Bingo! Adam Sandler, Bob Sandler. Now, at 29 with Mike Huntley, he's given me enough rope to hang myself with, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Thompson, who was working on all these setup operations or frame jobs in the adult industry, with the Alexis Amore box covers, and Tracy Anakoval having me do a website for Tracy Anakoval, and Kevin, we should build adult websites, but him never actually taking part, just saying we should do this, and me doing all the work, and then him getting mad. Well, you built adult websites, didn't you?
Right.
Okay? Enough rope to hang myself with. These aren't crimes.
No,
okay?
Not at all.
Most importantly, as Mike Huntley's babbling his shit about how the bad seed need to die, Tim Thompson is swinging like an imaginary golf club.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay. So now we're kind of coming down to these endless accusations to the world that don't exist.
Right.
Okay,
Jesus.
that's one of the very few things my mother asked me.
What?
Did you hit Josh Barron in the head with a golf club?
Jeez.
Now, if I were to know, first you have to understand I was never friends with him. I was never in his social circles, never friends. He was a couple of years younger. He just lived in the neighborhood to have the name.
Why would you ever hit him in the head with a golf club?
And I bet if I were to know where to find him,
Yeah.
were you ever hit in the head with a golf club? No, what are you talking about? That's my guess, okay?
Yeah.
Do
you think we can make it back in 15 minutes to my car?
Yeah. Where are you? Oh, yeah.
In Calabasas.
Yeah. Okay. Mother at around 16 asking me if I hit Josh Barron in the head with a golf club. Then mad at me for knowing their 23. Oh, for knowing their 23 tactic. The 23 tactic.
Right.
What do you see there?
Oh my gosh, 2,300.
Gilmore, 2300. I was wondering for years what their deal with 23s was.
Right. That's crazy.
Isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
There's your 23 source, unless it links to something earlier, but probably not.
That's wild.
Okay, back to the roots, 2.5 Charlie Sheen, 2.5 men, working with Brian Longbotham, having Martin Sheen and Tia Leone come out to a Starbucks in Malibu saying take their picture. Oh, Kevin's an evil paparazzi.
Pure.
Charlie Sheen investing millions to billions with Hollywood to have me killed for taking an actor's picture in public.
That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
Then labeled a paparazzi, and I need to be killed, but paparazzis generally aren't hunted and killed unless you're the one that killed Princess Diana. Or,
right, Diana?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so that doesn't make sense. Brian Longbotham, where does it originate from, and why is the judicial system so mad at me for knowing this? Corey Bixby cover-ups. What I know. Kevin, why is this happening? It's because of what I know. I'm dangerous to them.
Jesus.
I'm dangerous to the police, the judicial system, the psychology community, FBI, NSA. Attack a couple of weeks ago in Long Beach at Bixby Park. We talked about that. Police telling me they want me to thug a person when I try to get help. Strange. You've witnessed the police and police station saying I should want to be on the run. I should want to be infamous because they don't want the truth coming out. Telling me they won't thug some person because Aston Rail they are involved in kill ops. That's the reason. Okay, and okay. So first, I want you to. I don't have any friends. Gee, I wonder why. So you got to do me a little photo favor here. I'm back my car up.
Your e-brake.
Thank you. And Brittany's just gonna take a picture of me here for my own jokey purposes.
Okay.
And she gets to become a temporary photographer, so you should be thankful. And I bought this lens. It's a great lens. I've never got to use it because I can't do photo shoots because.
Do you want me to get out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, so we're taking pictures. Shit. Okay, this is gonna be a little tricky here. I don't know if I'm gonna use this video here, but we're just entertaining myself. Okay, so Brittany, it's time to become a photographer. So call your name clients so you're having fun. I don't care. It doesn't bother me, but we're going to talk about that on the way back. Okay, so we went out here just now. We're talking about the Gilmore Street. I had Brittany. I brought a golf club to joke around with. And I do some jokes with the Gilmore Street. You know, like most of my art turns now into kind of like throwback jokes, I guess you call it. And they get mad because, like, I want to live a normal life, and how dare you throw back in our face all the shit that we do to you 100,000 to 1,000,000 times per day for now 48 years. You're not allowed to defend yourself. You're not allowed to make jokes out of it. You're not allowed to do anything. Just pretend it never happened or isn't happening, or we'll lock you away, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so these are my self-defense personality jokes. They should get the idea that I am allowed to sort of defend myself.
Yes.
Whether it's a joking level or whatever.
On any level.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're heading back, but I want to talk. Oh, the orange bug is gone. Okay.
Is it really?
Yeah. Now I noticed he was parked way back here, and wanted me to see the bug, just like those two orange pickups backwards by my father's house. Okay, so on our way back here, I went out and I had Brittany. I had my better camera with a good 85 millimeter 1.8 on it for portraits, and I had her take a picture of me swinging a golf club by the Gilmore sign.
Yeah.
Brittany, what about my behavior just now did I do wrong?
Nothing.
Okay, nothing.
Absolutely.
So I did nothing wrong like usual. Now, Brittany, what did you just see as I was... Oh, he's actually on this camera doing it too. I didn't realize it. The second camera. Oh, he's on the DVR too.
Some weirdo.
Okay, so...
In a black Prius drove by us 3 different times, 3 different directions, and was filming us.
Okay, so a guy in a Prius was circling around videoing us. And I have no problem with it. Okay, I'm not saying I have a problem with a guy going, there's Kevin Perlman, and videoing him or taking pictures.
Yeah.
Because that shows I have nothing to hide, and why would I? So what? You have my picture.
Yeah.
If I can jerk off to it, I don't give a shit.
Right.
Okay, whatever. If I can put it up, go, I saw Kevin Perlman, blah, blah, blah. And more importantly, he probably has pictures and video of my Kevin Perlman Target sign, which is even better.
Right.
Okay. For self-defense or whatever. So now we can do some reading about the truth. But how did you feel? Did he seem like a...
He was not nice. I did not.
Correct. You got the vibe that he was very angry. Like he wasn't doing it. He wasn't doing it out of...
No.
Oh, you're Martin Sheen. Can I take your picture?
No, not at all.
He was doing, or not even asked, but
well, he
click.
turned around.
Okay, like if
so
Martin Sheen's out and someone pulls out a camera and goes click, oh, he's taking my picture because
it's different.
He wants a picture of Martin Sheen.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. That's the context. Why didn't this guy roll down his window and go, you're Kevin Perlman?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then he put the phone down or whatever when you were like, okay.
Oh, I waved him. That's right. Brittany says, it should be on the DVR here, but Brittany says, that guy's videoing us, and I wave. I go, hi. And he puts the camera down and sort of zips off.
Yep.
Why didn't he roll down the window and go, hi, you know? What are you doing, Kevin?
Right.
Okay. So why is it that he's angry? I mean...
Because we called him out. I don't know.
We did what?
Like, called him out, like, didn't it just...
No, before that. Before you said he's videoing you, he was videoing me. So he's mad about something because he's not doing it in a nice way. Does that make sense?
Not at all.
Or if he's super shy, I don't think so.
No.
Because if I wave, he's not gonna be like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the vibe, and I instantly know from daily experience they're angry, but everything that they're angry about are things like what we just did wrong. So once again, Brittany, what did we do just wrong? Because what we did wrong, you were with me. I guess this is what I want to say. You were with me. You, a therapist, were with me on one of these events where someone's mad that Kevin Perlman has a camera and is taking pictures, except I wasn't holding the camera, Brittany was.
Exactly.
But he saw my car. He saw me standing by the Gilmore sign.
And he was total dick.
Okay, so what do you think what seems like anger is about? Did I have a camera and I'm taking pictures?
No.
But that's their argument, is Kevin has a camera and he's taking pictures.
Yeah, well, this just like totally proved that shit wrong because you weren't even holding the camera or taking the pictures.
Correct. So would you say that they're mad at me for having a camera and going out and doing something with my life, correct?
Right.
Okay,
Ridiculous.
that's the argument. Remember, in 1997, I took a film photography class at the University of Colorado. Mike Wexler with my brother was working on me how you're not allowed to take pictures of people and all these weird things. We discussed it on some of the video. They're not mad because some people might be in the frame.
Right.
They're mad they went out and got a camera.
Right.
And you just witnessed it because I don't know these people. I don't live there. We're taking a picture of Gilmore Street sign. So unless they have something to hide,
Yeah. Then what?
that's the only thing it could be.
Right.
And they're trying to thug me quiet and intimidate me for going out and getting into studio photography like Aubrey Fisher was told to do.
Right.
And things like that. With the tapping, you tapped your foot by me for we're like to kill you for the weirdo crime, and you tapped your foot by me.
Right. Like,
Same thing. Nothing happened
no.
in that situation, and this time Brittany had my camera, and I was posing.
Right.
Okay, so they have no argument. Okay, so one last thing before we head back. We are stopping here at the Honda dealer. It no longer exists.
Oh.
See the VCA vet here? And the damn tow truck in my way. To the left,
yeah.
VCA vet.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see it.
okay, so the VCA vet here. Okay, I'm driving. My brother's off in college. I'm doing this high speed. My brother's off in college. I'm driving his 262 Mazda or 626 or whatever the hell Mazda. It's just sitting in the driveway. They're running around probably saying I stole the car on the family insurance plan. My brother has this license plate frame. I swerve and hit people at random.
Right.
They're telling the world it's me. Then they're trying to say maybe I'm trying to be like my brother and schizo, whatever. Driving down the street now, see where this Volta thing is over here? There's a car waiting here, a lady in a car. I get to about here, no, about right where I am pretty much.
Yeah.
In the fast lane. That, whatever car it was, being the Volta spot, they're waiting on the side on the shoulder here. They throw their car perpendicular to the fast lane.
Jesus.
I hit them. They get out of the car and yell, "He tried to kill me."
What the
This is
fuck?
all the same time period right after Brock Delp on his Honda.
That's insane. She literally did.
And this is a Honda dealer.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I just rattled off, I don't know how many, maybe 2 or 3 people throwing vehicles or trying to make it look like. I have a lot more. I have a 7-hour, 8-hour video of these things.
Right.
The police and insurance companies are trying to file that Kevin's trying to kill people and things like that. You guys a little strange?
Yes.
Okay, so I won't go too deep, we'll head out, but... And just remember that that was a Honda dealer. So the connection between motorcycles... You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, that's insane.
Okay, we have the first bike slides, Brock Delp on his Honda, lady by the Honda dealer.
Right.
Getting a little weird, isn't it?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. And every event is me just not close to doing anything wrong.
Nothing.
I'm doing what I'm doing now. I'm driving straight. Boom, here comes a car. Stops in front of you.
Right.
Slam the brakes. You tried to kill me.
More like she
Well,
tried
how
to
did I
kill
try
you.
to kill you? It's not even arguable.
No, it's not. At
So,
all.
but Kevin, you're a liar, so we're not going to have the argument. You're just a bad seed. You need to die. Wait, I'm not allowed to argue the facts?
Right. That was
Well, then it's personal. Here comes the cop. Okay, so there's something personal that we want you dead and gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Really.
so let's go back to the behavior of we're mad at Kevin for whatever,
Living,
for
like-
taking a picture of himself by Gilmore Street, taking a picture of himself with a golf club,
Yeah. No.
with the Adam Sandler, your Happy Gilmore present.
I know. Thank you.
And if I'm smart, I'll composite. What's the black dude that goes? It's all in the hips. I'll composite
Oh
him.
yeah. Use that.
That person had no reason like everyone else to be mad.
No.
And would you say that I'm instigating it or he's
He
instigating it?
instigated it entirely.
Okay. Now, like I said before, I don't give a shit if the guy takes a video or a picture of me. It doesn't bother me. Unless they do it in a really, like, if he gets in his face and goes, you fucking dirty Jew or something, or then I'll have a problem with it.
Right.
Other than that, it doesn't bother me. So, on that note, these people are playing, pretending that they're being too sensitive. Okay, another thing that's done to me over and over. Hey, Brittany, will you take my picture?
Sure.
Okay, Brittany, you took my picture. I'm gonna fucking rid you of the world. You're not allowed to take pictures of people with the Mike Wexler tactic. But I asked you, right? Didn't I ask you?
Yes.
Okay, so now there's a verbal contract, even though most people don't think that way.
Right.
But you're still coming after me when you took my picture.
Right.
After asking me, I've had tons of people like that on video and off video. So, isn't that the same as saying, grabbing a cookie jar, saying you want a cookie?
Right.
And then going, bam, and punching you in the face for eating a cookie?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, what they're saying, what we've witnessed here on video, is it, I don't know these people?
Nope.
There's nothing I'm doing to them?
Nope.
They have no argument? No direct argument?
Nothing.
Nothing arguable?
Nope.
You can't defend yourself? And each one is acting out in anger and rage on me since 5 years old, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So why do I need to be locked away and get treatment and this and that?
You don't at all. I know you said that didn't bother you, that he was recording, but it sure as shit bothered me. I didn't know.
Yeah, I can understand how it could bother some people.
Well, just because, like you said, he was, like, aggressive. He wasn't kind. He was, like, making it a point. It's like he was trying to make...
Like, I followed you out here, or I see you, and so I'm going to try to aggravate you.
Right.
Or sabotage you, like everything else in my life, right?
Yeah. It just...
and get a reaction, and then call the cops. But that's the same template given out to everyone since I was 5, and there's no reasoning behind it, right? Is my brother going out and doing that shit, saying it's me? Is my brother mad at me for going out jogging and running, saying I'm ruining people's lives by jogging and running, so they're gonna fucking teach me a lesson, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Okay? And it's not about karma, and it's not about, it starts at 5.
Right.
Okay, well now you have to go wire. I don't even know how you get these people to do this.
Right.
But, you know,
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, honestly, I'm impressed with you in general, but like, that made me want to flip him off and tell him to fuck off. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, sure, I mean...
And like, but you know, like, that's the reaction they're trying to get.
See,
so.
there's a whole context. Like, if you're an actor...
Yeah.
You're used to the attention or whatever.
Correct. Yeah.
If you're a nobody, you're kind of like, eh?
Like, what the hell is this?
I'm not an actor, but I'm someone that's known worldwide, even though they won't admit it.
Right.
And for me, okay, you're gonna think this is ironic. When I used to go down to Hollywood, people would take my picture driving, and I had the signs on the car.
Yeah.
And I'd wave and sort of peace. And instantly when they realized it didn't upset me,
Right.
they stopped doing it.
Okay.
They only did it to try to piss me off.
Right.
And then they play a game like he just wants attention.
Stupid.
Right? Well, wait, you created the situation, not me.
Exactly.
Now I have to have a counter argument.
Yeah.
But those behaviors that are systematic, they're not human. They're everyone do this, now everyone do that.
Right.
They show that they have premeditation, motive, intent, and are trying to control the entire situation, especially what I have to say about it.
Right.
Okay, so like Elsie Sandoval, by passing out cards, you're trying to jam people's windows shut. Well, no, by passing out cards, it's a counter argument to your lies.
Right. Exactly.
Okay,
Like, what the hell?
their behavior of systematically doing things to hurt me and not doing things randomly. Oh, that's funny. Kevin Perlman's standing by the Gilmore side of the golf club. That's fucking hysterical. I want a picture.
Right.
Okay, that's a random event.
Yeah.
Systematic is don't give Kevin attention. Don't let him speak out. Keep provoking him. Try to set him up. Try to make him look like a piece of shit.
Right.
And that's what they're doing. Now, if I when I waved to the guy and he would have been like, oh, that's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Now you would say, I understand.
Yes.
It's not weird. It's not weird on his behalf because I'm known worldwide.
Right.
But what is weird is for him to say, I don't know you.
Yes. And act like that.
and then start taking pictures, or I don't know you, and then start mimicking things I say to try to piss me off.
Right.
And they go, you're a bad seed.
Right. Exactly. That is.
Okay, why am I a bad seed? Who's giving you the information? And why is it worldwide? And why can't you see through this?
Exactly.
Okay, so.
I don't know. That's not fair.
Right?
At all.
So it's designed. The psychological warfare is designed to exterminate.
Right.
To just keep ratcheting down, make you more and more sensitive.
That Jesus.
Yeah. So we're coming back to where Brittany is parked. So I'll let you take the lead here for everything.
I mean, it's just fucked up. I mean, honestly, I think that gave me kind of an idea of the stuff that you deal with.
Minute by minute.
Yes. And I don't know, that made me super uncomfortable, and I did not like that. Dude literally is circling the block, what, 3-4 times?
Yeah, well, what his argument would be that I'm doing it to them, which would be a lie.
Right.
Because everything I've done is in self-defense, and if I'm getting photos and video, it's to show, hey, those. If I go in this lot right here, I can get video of a good 100 pairs of twos or more backwards.
Yeah, correct.
Direct at me. So is it about a person or is it about a tactic?
Right. Exactly.
About self-defense.
Yeah.
But they're doing what LC Sandoval did. Oh, well, you make you're passing out cards, so therefore you're trying to jam windows shut.
That's the stupidest shit. Like,
It's all the same.
It is.
They curve each argument.
It's like
They won't be honest about anything.
Right.
Okay? And anyone can see through that. You think these people actually believe the shit they're told? They know what's going on.
Right.
But I can't imagine what they're told to try to lock me away for no reason.
Exactly. It doesn't.
It comes down to like, I don't know if you saw my latest piece of art, but didn't see it.
No.
Oh.
I want to see it.
It comes back to, didn't see the 43-year crazy hunter.
Right. Jesus.
Okay?
Mm.
Well, we're hunting you because you're crazy and you need to die. Well, what is crazy?
Right. And crazy is not a crime, just saying.
Correct. That guy's over there crazy because he bought this fucking piece of shit Sentra when he can go buy a good fucking car.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean...
So, yeah, if that's the law...
So now I can kill him.
Yeah, no.
Because he's crazy. So I have the right to kill him because he's crazy. We don't want crazy Sentra drivers around here, so we have the right to kill him because he's crazy.
Yeah,
now,
no,
a rational,
that's
sane
crazy.
person's going to say, what did he do?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter because he's crazy. Just like the LAPD is doing to me.
Right.
I won't look at the video because you're crazy.
That's so messed
Well,
up.
what are you talking about? People don't behave that way.
Right.
Not like that.
No.
I mean, if you're like a pedophile on a sex offender list, maybe.
Right.
But
then you did the fucked up thing.
you're a violent person, so how am I going to help you? What did I do? Well, I refuse to tell you because you're a violent person.
Right, but
You're a lonely person, and so you're not allowed to date women. Because lonely people can't date women because they're lonely.
Which makes literally
So I only
sense.
date married people or something?
can
Or
date
do I
men,
just fuck them in public or show my dick in them in public and then run away? I mean,
Yeah, no.
right? If the argument is the same on their behalf. It doesn't make any, it's a contradictory of terms.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right, exactly. None of it does.
It's like something out of the movie, Jesus.
Twilight Zone?
No, Harold and Kumar Guantanamo Bay or whatever.
Oh.
You ever see that?
I have. It's been
Where
years,
he's like
though.
he's talking to Bush, President Bush, and after parachuting into President Bush's thing, and he's like, yeah, it's like, and the movie's a comedy, so you're laughing.
Yeah.
It's not a real life thing, but you're actually seeing this in real life from person to person. You're going, what the fuck?
is
These
happening?
people aren't actually serious, but they have pure rage behind
Right.
these comical things, right? It's like
Exactly. It's insane.
like a satire of murder. You know what I mean?
I don't know what is wrong with
Well, I don't know what they're being told to get them to do this, but
I don't either.
okay, so and the
Thank
bad
you
seed,
so much.
and so now you're understanding we also did Clerks. Remember Clerks with Mike Huntley's mother's house?
Right.
Okay, in Lost Hills. We could probably even go deep enough to wonder why my brother wanted me to binge watch the movie, the TV series Lost, which was probably written entirely directed to me for all I know. Okay?
It's just like, no, thank you for
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
And I can go a lot deeper, but okay. So the things we weren't pointing out are like the backwards cars like that. There's a lot of the background noise of the mental illness tactics we're not pointing out today, and we really should be more aware of it because that solidifies the rage.
Right.
Now, what's the reason they're doing that? Probably to stop me from focusing on what I know, right?
And I noticed, I mean, like you said, even if you're not pointing it out, like I noticed there was like at least two people that like double honked at this today. Like,
yeah,
stuff like that.
I saw one, I think, right by Gilmore Street, I think. I'm going to go to the backside here of Lovey. We're Lovey's Delicatessen, ironic place to meet. But what do we have? Let's see, backwards here. We got a white, is that an Altima?
Yeah.
And we have a white Altima there.
Yep.
Two white Altimas, one forwards, one backwards by each other. Okay. Everything here is all now forwards.
Yep.
Okay. So would you say those two Altimas look a little most likely directed at me? Okay, Lovey's backwards. I can't really count this guy, but probably is. I come close to the front where I was waiting. Wait, now it's getting groupings.
Yep.
Okay, so we haven't been doing this all day, but it's been going on all day.
There's the
two backwards together here, and everywhere else they're forwards. Okay. And let's look at the clothing colors too. Okay, wait. What do you see here, Brittany?
Your car.
A white version of what we're driving here, a black Eclipse Spider. So here's the copycat, and he's going to his car. Okay, so a copycat here, where I was here a couple hours ago picking you up at Lovey's. Okay, this guy's purple and black. That's the purple and black tactic, which they've been ramping up this month. Over here. Now they're all getting on video, so now maybe their argument is, look, I'm getting the stalkers on video, so I'm ruining their lives. Right? Okay. But that's not an argument. That's we're gonna kill you, and you better not talk or get proof, or we'll kill you.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, and what kind of cars are these, Brittany? Two Lexuses. Okay. So now the anger and rage. Okay, now he's popping his hood. So he could be trying to hint about things and things like that. And he's parked right where I picked you up. Okay. Now he's gonna run around and he's gonna say, I'm working with him to try to make people mentally ill in pairs of twos, right?
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's been done to me my entire life. Now you've seen it. We're going to kill you, and you don't talk or we kill you.
Right.
Okay? Now they can try to word it any way they want.
Right, but that's
what it is.
Exactly.
Okay? Or eradicate you. Okay, so... Okay, and I mean, you stand right here trying to get a reaction, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's... Sure. I know you don't have much time, but let's just sort of talk about this. What's your evaluation on his behavior? Not my behavior, but these people's behavior, especially this guy right here, waiting for me to come back to drop you off.
Right.
The amount of intel. Brittany's car's here. Kevin picked her up here. He wasn't here 2 hours ago.
No.
So how does he know I was here?
They wouldn't.
Right?
They shouldn't.
In this little section here. Two gray Lexuses back there, backwards together. This guy here, two Altimas over there, so that's a good 4 pairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is on a quiet day. Usually, like I said, that one lot down there, you're going to see a good hundreds of things in a couple minutes.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So, I mean, any thoughts? I know you have to go.
I mean, it's pretty clear.
It's clear that I'm the victim, the target.
Yes, 100%.
I'm being hunted. They don't think what they're doing is wrong. They don't have an argument. So, I mean...
No,
So any thoughts about what the judicial system's doing? Why isn't the judicial system think killing me is wrong?
I have no idea why they think it's not wrong.
And they babble weird shit about getting treatment and help and...
Right, but they're not like letting you do anything and living your life. Like you can't do anything without them trying to come after you with this shit.
Correct. And then the next question is, let's say I cram 100 fucking million pills down my throat. Right. Is that going to change this guy following me or those two Lexuses backwards or?
No.
Okay, so there you go.
That's
so it's a death sentence. It's an execution.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so fucked up, Kevin.
So what do you? I mean.
People need to stop.
So how can you get them? I mean, not you personally, but what needs to be done? Look, Brittany, I can talk about this the next 50 years. Nothing's going to change until someone does something.
People need to listen and then they need to stop and not believe everything.
But what's going to get them to stop? I mean, what got the police to stop?
It's gonna have to take a big thing, like a big.
For sentencing, for convicting, or not convicting, but
people were in
the cops
outrage.
did that to George
Outrage.
Floyd.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you sit there and go, yeah, you know, what's wrong was done to George Floyd, and okay, now I'm gonna go fucking do this and that. Nothing's gonna change.
Action,
now my situation is an entire planet against one man.
Right.
But nobody thinks it's wrong. So what can I do, Brittany? I guess maybe by asking for my advice or something. I mean,
you can't do anything. Like,
I alone can't do anything. I can't fight 7 billion people off, and I can't look past it because somebody could.
Right? No, you can't.
I mean, you look past it. Like, if I have 1,000 people a day throw rocks at your head for the rest of your life,
you're gonna notice
Brittany,
that
look
shit.
past it.
You can't.
You can't. You're just gonna die.
Right.
Okay, so
it's fucked up. Just.
I guess we'll end this here.
Jesus, I gotta think about.
Till next time. And that's it. So I hope this segment, this is just the tip of the iceberg from Calabasas, really makes you understand the amount of frame jobs and things based on thin air to exterminating.
Based on nothing.
Based on nothing. Okay, so that's it.